Well, then at that point, you have to ask, it's like, why is your self-confidence rooted in the outward physical appearance of your body?
But that's human ego, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like being able to...
just normal,
That's
though.
ego.
Yeah, it's
everybody
about,
has an ego, right?
Yeah, so he's saying like it's about kind of separating yourself from that ego aspect.
It depends your goals.
I think so.
Yeah.
What are your
I think so.
objectives? What are your goals? Just to live, be fit, and live a happy lifestyle. I can say, and I've chased ego. It doesn't lead to happiness.
And that's it. You know, we're live. Sometimes we go live on Easter Sunday, the day
That Jesus was resurrected.
the day he came back from vacation, actually, because they didn't have any Instagram, so he wasn't able to tell anybody that he left for a couple of days. He went on a hiatus, so they all thought he was dead.
What's up,
Yeah.
Jesus?
Today is the day, that's for sure. Yeah.
Welcome back, Beyond the Bench, episode 77. April. I just said Easter.
April 4th.
April 4th, 2021. The
It's a great
podcast
start.
about everything and absolutely nothing. Sponsored by at Balloon Babe MTL for all your balloon needs.
Give me a yeah!
Is it your birthday? Get a balloon. Is it your communion? Get a balloon. Did your daughter have her period for the first time? Get a balloon.
Oh, they have
Balloon
those.
Babe MTL.
I think there's first period balloons.
I don't know. We spoke about this last time when they have the little charts or whatever where they write things in like a weird
yeah.
way.
No way.
Yeah, you ever see those? We spoke about this on one of them where there's this like trend on Instagram where people get these little boards where they can like put letters on, and it's like my baby's 24th day birthday. And it's like, okay,
Oh, wow.
you know what I mean? Like you don't have to like celebrate every moment.
Yeah, like the
But if you're
400
looking-
for like 480th day alive.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God.
You don't have to celebrate everything, but if you have Balloon Babe MTL, every day is a celebration.
Yeah.
At Balloon Babe MTL.
Honestly, these balloons are amazing. Look at the size of this balloon.
I know, it's
A.
mental. It's actually
Look how
mental.
perfect. It's perfectly round. Look at that balloon.
I know.
Could get a nice spin out of that.
Could you get it? Or
Oh,
you're too
oh.
fucking.
The podcast about everything and absolutely nothing.
Hey.
Guys, we have a very special guest in the house today, Mr. Taylor Suarez, the Airwalker himself.
What's up, boys?
Say hi to the boys and girls. How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling
Yeah?
very good. You?
You happy to be on?
Yeah,
Good,
man.
Good.
Feels good.
What are we? Fucking 3 days off of April Fools.
April 1 plus 3 is April 4.
Yeah, exactly. Quick math.
Yeah.
Quick math.
Quick
Yeah.
maths.
I fucking called Justin the other day. You guys were here last weekend, right? So
Yeah.
on Wednesday, because Thursday was April Fool's, on Wednesday, I was finishing up some editing and stuff. And Thursday, I had this whole plan in my head. I wanted to call Justin and I wanted to be like, dude, like I lost everything. Like we have no episode. We can't drop tomorrow. Like there's nothing left. I had this whole scenario planned out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Thursday morning, I wake up at 7 in the morning to finish my editing before work. 7:45, dude. My hard drive, and people who have followed the Instagram page know this, the hard drive shit the bed.
Stop.
Dude, in front of my eyes. Like, no sense. I was about to jump off the balcony.
From the most recent podcast? Like you just
Yeah,
lost the whole thing?
Well, thankfully, like, the edit was backed up somewhere else. So we ended up dropping the episode, as everybody knows. But I lost everything else. Like, all the old episodes, all my pictures, all my old iPhone pictures, dude, all my videos.
Like basically,
everything.
we had a hard drive he had a hard drive that we kept all our stuff, every episode, every picture we ever took, everything that's ever been about the pod, all his old shit, gone.
It's like memories out the door.
Gone.
Just
Dude,
gone.
so I had this whole plan that I was going to call him and be like, dude, we lost everything. So then I actually had to call him. And I'm like, dude, like the hard drive shit the bed. Like we gotta figure something out.
I didn't believe you.
He's like, are you April Foolsing me? I'm like, dude, I wish. I fucking wish I was April Foolsing you.
But how does that even happen on a hard drive? Isn't a hard drive you're supposed to back things up on? It's
That's-
supposed to be reliable, no?
That's what I told Josh. I'm like, the whole purpose of a hard drive is to back your shit up so that your computer it doesn't crash and like you don't lose it. That's the whole point of a fucking hard drive.
Yeah, because
And then the hard drive itself just crashes. It's like, yo, like what the fuck,
Dude, I have
bullshit.
the most toxic relationship with technology. Like, dude, we're like scorned lovers, dude. Like, it's really bad. It's
It makes
always
me fucking pissed.
It's always shitting the bed on me. Anyway, we managed to like release the episode that we were supposed to release, but it was a fucking full day event, dude. I was on the phone with Apple. I was going through like fucking Google searches and shit. Because the worst part is that when this type of shit happens, I'm sure you can attest to this.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell you what went wrong.
No,
It's just like, yo, something's up. And it's like, okay, but you want to tell me what
Yeah.
the fuck is going on right now?
Oh, dude, it happened to me with a monster speaker. I went to Walmart, I bought an LED speaker that like has lights and stuff. It's a sound bar. And the remote wouldn't connect to change the input anymore. So I had to call Monster. I'm online like for an hour on the phone. And in the end, they can't do anything. So
I mean, they can't do
if you don't
anything.
buy if you don't purchase an extended warranty.
Like, what do you mean you can't do anything?
They
I
literally
bought it
said,
for
"You have a warranty," and I said, "I didn't get an extended warranty." Well, it's past 30 days, so you can't do anything.
That's the best. Like, we can't. It's like you made it. What do
You
mean
like,
can't
why
do
doesn't it
anything?
work?
If I can punch anybody through a phone, it would be in that
Oh
moment.
my God.
I just want to
Holy
change
fuck.
the input because the colors work.
Yeah.
It's really hype. It's like nice. Like
That's
nice
it's just
LED
it's one of the
colors.
most frustrating things I find when technology does just not go your way.
I hate it.
Second only to when your hair does not cooperate.
That's the worst.
That's, dude, in the morning when you ever get those mornings when you're just trying to fix like one strand of hair?
Yes.
And you're just
morning.
like, come, just fucking
When
move.
that happened, I just literally just take my hand and I just dunk it in the sink. I'm not even joking. I just wet all my hair and I restart from scratch. Okay.
Dude, I remember when...
We're going to recomb it.
I remember, this is way too deep into the podcast to say it, but if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. I remember when I was in Sec 1, I had longer hair. For the first year of high school, it was like in my face. I think I've said this on the podcast before. And I used to wake up in the morning. My school was like 8:30, let's say. I would wake up in the morning at like 6 in the morning because my hair dressing, I guess, like situation or like journey in the morning involved me jumping in the shower, wetting my entire head, so that way I can then blow dry it and straighten the front. I still remember this, man. Yeah. And sometimes you would get out of the shower, you would straighten it, you would do the whole fucking 9, and then you're like, fuck, there's one hair out of place, and it won't fucking move.
What's the worst part about all this? A, nobody actually gives a fuck about your hair, and 2, only you see it.
Okay, dude.
But it's true though.
When I had a red mohawk and a blonde mohawk.
You had a red mohawk.
A red mohawk.
You had a red mohawk. I don't think I've ever seen you with a red mohawk.
I don't think we spoke then.
Who the fuck thinks you were with a
Sec
red
1 or
mohawk?
2. I had a red mohawk down the head. I used to have to wake up an hour. Mom's flexible spray trying to get on there. That was a whole. By the end of the day, you have a split between the mohawk.
But I feel
It's horrible.
Like this way, right?
No, down the one parting.
Come a little closer.
Parting by the back.
Mohawks are hard. Rainone was a huge mohawker for a long time. Remember,
it was punk rock. It was like Blink was so popular. You had Sum 41. It was like, it was just after.
Were you faded back then? I don't think you were faded with a mohawk. I'm sure you still had hair on the side.
No, it was like low skin almost, like a 1.
Okay, so you were faded since like
at a point.
There was no such thing as a fade back then.
No, there was no fades.
No,
fades came in what, like 2016?
Yeah. 2016, 2017, something like that.
My first fade was when I went to Europe for like the first time. Actually, no, it's like 2013. Actually, started getting popular.
2013.
I got a fade in like 2013 for the first time. Yeah,
that was a fucking shitty fade though.
Horrible.
Yeah, I know.
You know who did it actually? We were at my house and it was. I'm like, I need a haircut and. I'm leaving tomorrow morning on the plane. Obviously, I couldn't go to the barber in the morning. So Jonathan Ferry was at my house. And he took my fucking trimmer and he just he gave me a haircut and he tried to fade me on the side. I literally went on vacation like that.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's when you know. First of all, I was in a relationship at that point for like a long time. So you don't give a flying fuck how you look at certain points. And I went on a plane like that, bro. Is that crazy?
Relationships are a disaster, dude, for like personal hygiene. Well, I mean,
personal hygiene.
Like personal hygiene and just like overall like kempness of like your hair and shit like that.
Not everybody, but for the most part, people let go like hard though.
Look, I'm guilty of having been in a relationship and like it's not the whole time, but like sometimes you're like, whatever. Like I'll wait that extra week to like shave my balls. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what?
100%.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like, who am I trying to impress over here?
I think the deeper you get into a relationship, it's like the more you let go. It's just natural.
Yeah. 100%.
But it's not a good thing though, man. You have to like obviously.
There's a time and place. If it's Sunday morning and like you were chilling with your friends and hanging out and like my hair's a mess, like deal with it. Like I'm not gonna do my hair.
No, I'm talking about letting go in the sense where people literally let go. They gain all kinds of weight. They don't take care of themselves. They don't even dress properly anymore, bro. Like they're all worried. They'll go outside with like fucking stupid flip flops and joggers.
I always believed in like trying to always not please your partner, but trying to always elevate yourself. Always trying to go that extra mile, and that's keeping yourself healthy at a good weight.
I have a very strict belief about this, to be honest with you, and I think that it has less to do with your partner and more to do with yourself because you kind of owe yourself that much. I think in terms of like keeping yourself
100%,
not just in shape, but just like mentally fit, physically fit. And I used to talk about this with one of my exes actually. Not that she was fat or anything, but I mean, like, we would just talk about like life and like working out and stuff. Like, I like obviously going to the gym. I'm not like an Arnold Schwarzenegger guy by any stretch of the imagination, but I like working out because it feels good, you know.
Yeah.
And so she was trying to get back into working out and stuff like that, and she would be like, I want you to hold me accountable. First of all, if a girlfriend tells you, I want you to hold me accountable, trap.
Yeah, you're set up forever.
Trap, because then as soon as you try to hold them accountable, and I mean, like, Ali's laughing at me. As soon as you try to hold them accountable, they get pissed at you.
I mean, like, you're slacking.
No, but I wouldn't say you're slacking. I wouldn't be like, get your fucking fat ass
no,
in the gym.
I'd be like, no, not like in the sense of like, oh, you're gaining all kinds of weight. No, like you're slacking in like your gym.
I would ask like, hey, how was it? Did you end up getting to the gym or whatever? Like that's my sense of accountability. It's just like, hey, what's up? Did you end up going? Not because I think you're a fat piece of shit. It's just like you asked me to keep you accountable.
Yeah, if she asked you, you have every right to hold her accountable. But then some people get salty when you do hold them accountable.
Yeah, very salty.
And it backfires on you.
So we used to have this conversation very often.
You had like experience. You're so salty about it. Like,
no, it's true though.
No, I know because you're a gym trainer. I get it for
I'm a trainer, and obviously when you have a girlfriend, I'm sure there's pressure, right?
Yeah.
You know, because you're in the gym 7 days a week. There's the pressure, and then you reach a point where it's kind of like you kind of just look at each other, and it's like you know when to remind each other that it's like,
yeah. Well, look,
pick it back up.
if you've both got that sense of like determination and that sense of again accountability to yourself, it's much easier.
100%.
It's harder.
100%.
It's harder, obviously, if you're both trying to keep each other accountable, but one person has a little bit more motivation than the other. And it's not a slight to anybody. It's just everybody's got that different level of motivation. It depends what motivates you at the end of the day, right?
It's a healthy balance, right? So if you're holding each other each accountable, but you're each respectively, you're doing your job to put in the work for nutrition and fitness, then you're good. You know, but to depend on somebody else 100%,
that's a good point. You can't depend.
No,
you
not 100%.
Because some people will be like, oh, you know what? Like if you're not gonna go to the gym, like I'm not gonna go either.
Nah,
that's it happens, right? Especially if you're in it together.
Yeah.
Let's say you are like the trainer and you're like, I don't know, the one that has to encourage and all that stuff. And like,
I am that trainer.
Yeah, I know.
It's like you just read my mind.
Let's say you worked in the fitness industry.
Let's say I worked in the fitness industry. Right? No, but
yes, okay. If let's say I'll give you and like I do. I was like, what am I talking about?
That was amazing.
Let's say you and your girlfriend are like in it together, and she one day like really wants to go, and like you are like, you know what, I'm having a lazy day. For the most part, she'll be like, you know what, she'll cave and she'll be like, fuck it, let's not go, you know. But in reality, she should go by herself. And some people depend too much on other people to go to the gym. It's a huge thing, man. How many times when I used to like not want to go to the gym because my friend wasn't going, and I wanted to absolutely go train with somebody, you know. Happens all the time.
You know what I mean? There comes a point where it's like you don't even have to depend on the gym. You know, get into yoga, get into bodyweight training, get into animal flow, get into something else. If I'm not down to hit the gym, and lately quarantine that's often, my girlfriend will do yoga or she'll do animal flow, and then I'll hang out and watch Netflix or something. But like we said, no dependency, right? So you do your things and you remind each other.
That's the big thing is like, it's not only like people have this idea that it's only about the gym, right? There's so many other different types of physical activity that you can be doing. Like my brother hates going to the gym because he feels like it's just a very monotonous like hour. You're constantly lifting up weights. Like it's just very redundant. And so for him, it's like he likes to go he likes to go do kickboxing or just boxing, and it's an amazing form of cardio, obviously.
Probably the best form.
Yeah, exactly. So it just depends on like what it is that you like. I feel like people kind of get like brought down by the idea that the only thing available to them is the gym. And so I remember getting back to what I was saying before. Like I used to have this conversation very often with my ex, and I would say like, I think that you owe yourself, obviously, but you kind of owe your partner the idea that, you know, I'm not gonna let myself go just because we're in a relationship. Because, you know, a lot of times people will say, well, guys are shallow in the sense where if their girlfriend gains weight, they'll leave. You know what I mean? And it's not necessarily the case for most people. Some people it is, whatever. I don't think it's shallow in that sense. I think it's just a matter of, again, accountability. Because if the roles were reversed, and this is what I used to say, if I just out of nowhere one day to the next fucking stop working out, stop eating properly, and I gain 50 pounds, that's not fair to my girlfriend. You know what I mean? It's not
but for the most part, I don't think people are like conscious about it. Like it's all like they're not doing it on purpose. So when you say like, oh, don't let go, it's like they're not doing it on purpose. It's like very, very gradual. You just slowly get so comfortable that you just stop.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
We say comfortability in fitness eats you alive. Mm-hmm. It's the worst thing, and I think that's how I prospered a little bit during this quarantine. It's being uncomfortable all the time.
Well, give an example of that.
Learning how to do trainings with Sport Études on Zoom, training actual athletes on Zoom in my apartment. So that was a whole learning experience. Training seniors who are in the ages of ranges 70s to late 80s, almost 90s, and doing mental health coaching.
Okay, I thought like physical training for a 9-year-old.
No, not physical. No, it's more mental health coaching. But no lie, we actually do exercises like with bands and stuff, and wrist mobilizations and
good.
neck turns, and it's more like mental health coaching. But
for sure,
when they're telling you that you're actually like you're helping with their depressive states, it kind of says something. You know?
Yeah, well, 100%.
You adapt, right?
This sounds really mean, but imagine someone just like croaks like mid-camera, like a 9-year-old fuck. Like what would happen?
That's why
you like a neck thing, and like she just fucking.
That's why there's a contract sent by email and it's signed, and you're not liable.
You're not. Yeah.
Okay, you're protected.
Of course, but the exercises we do, the exercises we do are nowhere near dangerous. Like I have one of my. It's a group of seniors that I train on Zoom 3 times a week for 2-hour sessions, and he's 88 or 89 years old. His name's Terry, and he has a degenerative cancer disease where it eats the bones, but he does most of the exercises.
Good for him, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah,
I can't even fucking do that.
I've never seen a more positive person in my life puts things into perspective. It really makes you like, when people complain and it's like,
Yeah.
you have nothing to complain about.
Well, yeah, for sure. And again, that's what it comes down to, dude, is determination. Because if you're that age, dude, and you could very easily just be like, you know what, dude, like, fuck it, dude. I'm just going to order a bunch of Krispy Kremes to my house and just wait for the day that I croak. You know what I mean? But like,
he bought one of my hoodies.
That's amazing.
He bought one of my hoodies, yeah.
That's amazing, dude.
Send me an email, long email supporting. He wanted to buy the hoodie and everything. He's such a positive guy, man. He's like the guy who uplifts the whole group because he's going through the worst. Like literally, his bones are being eaten from the inside, and you can't do anything almost.
Well, look, it comes down to like what it does for your mental too, right? So like I was saying, like I train, I like going to the gym and stuff, but I'm not like a bodybuilder, but I do it mostly because it makes me feel like I'm not as like skinny as I actually am, and it obviously like it helps with your mental because you feel like you accomplished something, you feel like you did something productive in the day. You know what I mean?
It's really easy though to get, like you said, it's really easy for the gym to get boring and repetitive, man. Like I had this whole mindset when I used to train, and it's like I think I had it wrong, man, because people, they always seem like, but for real though, because
I'm just thinking about the line we used to say to each other when we used to go to the gym. But I'll say that we used to pick me up to go to the gym.
Okay, guys,
we would get in the car.
Josh, 1 hour max, we're out of there, bro. Let's go in and out, in and out.
That's it.
In and out,
dude. It was bad when we were training together. We would get in the gym.
I remember at Fitform,
dude.
I was working there.
No fucking warm up, straight like.
Bro, I would literally just walk in and just start benching.
Like
no stretching.
I think I remember the exercise: leg press, barbell curl, alternating curls.
No, we did good exercises. We trained hard, man. When we were in it, we were in it. But like we just had this image of like, I don't want to be here. Let's just rip it up like really, really fast and let's go. And that's bad because to me, all I wanted to do was be jacked. I didn't think of anything like actually positive, like for my, like my mind, like my body, like my health. Like, why do I have to be only jacked? Why can't I just train and just be healthy? And I would put so much pressure on myself, and that's what turns me off in the long run, is all that pressure on myself. I'm not getting bigger, I'm not getting stronger, but it's like, you're training and you're healthy and you walk out of there and like you feel good, and that's all that should matter.
So the feel good is that release in the brain, the endorphins, right? That dopamine rush, you're feeling good. That's what, and it makes you go back. You know what I mean? Always going back to the gym and feeling good. And
because you don't leave the gym and say, wow, that was fucking useless.
No,
never.
You always feel good, regardless of how intense the...
Could you imagine? Wow.
There's actually been for me personally, there's some moments where I walk in, I'm like, why the fuck am I here? Like, just walk out.
Yeah, but when you walked out, did you do the same thing?
I've learned with my journey, it's like if you're chasing jack gains, if you're chasing muscle, that's a choice, but you're chasing ego.
Yeah,
that's a personal choice. But nowadays,
that's what I'm saying.
It's more mind, body, spirit, trying to melange all three, also maintaining aesthetic gains and trying to keep what you've built. Yeah. Like I started, like personally, my journey started at like 125 pounds. I was a lean kid, soccer player, and
I remember in high school you were very small.
I was tiny, so I had to conform my stomach to learn how to eat more, so you're like shoving calories down your throat, and now I'm at like 170 clean year round. So you got to eat more and know if you're chasing ego.
You gained 45 pounds.
170 clean right now.
So you gained 45 from the beginning
in
of your journey.
8 years plus. Yeah.
45 clean.
Really, clean,
really
lean. Always six pack showing. Yeah.
Really do math in your head, fuck.
Well, I mean, Jesus Christ! If you can't figure that one out, like you have serious problems. That's like grade 3 math, fuck.
That's the way you should do it, though. Is a slow progression, right?
Of
progressive
course.
overload.
And that's 8 years. People buzz that they don't get to your progress after like fucking 6 months or a year, even 2 years. It's not really realistic, man.
It's amazing when I'm training my clients. They're like, oh, I'll get there. I'm like, yeah, in a year. When it comes to a squat gain or a muscle gain, they're like, I want this result. I'm realistic. I'm not gonna lie and say I'm gonna get you a booty in 2 months. I'm gonna like say like, no, your realistic goal, if you want to do it right, it's gonna take time.
Yeah, but that's what it is, dude. And a lot of people, for anything in life, it's not just like fitness and working out. To be honest with you, for most things in life, people aren't willing to put in the time for it. Nope. Like, I learned how to play guitar, by YouTube. You know what I mean? And it's not a one day to the next thing. It literally was a long process. You're learning, you're practicing, but it's all about, are you willing to put the time in? Because I have a personal trainer now that I've been working with for a little while. Yeah. And one of the things that stuck out to me that he told me was like, when you it's like a fucking dog bark. Can you close the door? Sorry.
Yeah, fucking dog, man. Shut up.
I know. Jesus Christ.
You guys ready for this gin or what?
That was barking. Fuck.
Push them out. So nice. One of the things that he told me that I found really resonated with me was a lot of times people will say, okay, what am I looking for? What do I want to achieve? But nobody ever really looks at the why. You know what I mean? So like if you're like, I wanna get better squat, whatever. I want to get better at my squat. Why? Because I want to get jacked. It's like, it's not necessarily like a good reasoning. You know what I mean? It's like, what is the mental state behind you wanting to get jacked?
Well, what's the mental state behind doing squats?
Well, let's say somebody wants to get better at squats because they want to get more jacked, they want to get bigger because they want to have more confidence. Well, then at that point you have to ask, it's like, why is your self-confidence rooted in the outward physical appearance of your body?
But that's human ego, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like being able to...
just normal,
That's
though.
ego.
Yeah, it's
everybody
about,
has an ego, right?
Yeah, so he's saying like it's about kind of separating yourself from that ego aspect
100%.
and doing the workout and doing the squats because you know that it's beneficial for you rather than doing it because people are going to look at you a certain way. Because in reality, you shouldn't really care what other people think, you know, and we were talking about this before with the hair and shit. Nobody really does care.
No.
And so he was asking me, like, you know, what's one of the biggest reasons you want to work out? And like one of my big things is legs, you know. And I feel like in the last year, I've upped a lot, like my I guess we can say gains or whatever in my legs, because one of my biggest insecurities in life has always been my legs. I have small legs, I have small calves, and I have big fucking feet. You know what I mean? And so when I go to the beach, that's always one of my biggest insecurities is I'll have my bathing suit on and stuff, and I'll have really small ankles but long ass feet.
Yeah, but you're lean. Don't worry.
But the thing is that nobody really cares. Nobody really looks at that.
No
shit.
one says, "Oh my God, look at Josh's fucking tiny legs."
I mean, some people do, but like it's mostly my friends when they're trying to rip on me.
Yeah, I'll be like those
It's
pussy
like
ass calves, but I have
but
little bitch calves too, man.
Those are the things that mean the most, right? Your closest group of friends.
No, but the thing is, it's different because I'm just busting his balls because he's vocalized it to me that he feels insecure about his calves.
But
So
you're also checking him low key, right?
I'm not. I'm just busting his balls
No,
because
I
in
mean,
reality, the overall appearance.
I
is
always
amazing.
believe behind every single joke is a little bit of truth.
Yeah, his calves are small, bro, for
100%.
sure. But like, it doesn't. I'm
He's
saying
not small. He's not small at all.
his calves.
His calves.
But they're not like I remember about his calves.
Now
For
you're
example.
picking at one muscle, like one specific.
Yeah,
muscle.
that's what I'm saying. I don't say, Josh, you look like shit. I always tell him he looks good. I'll rip on his calves because they're small. He's insecure about it, and let's be honest, it's really funny.
You know what I think that is amongst guys. Like I feel like it's a lot more common amongst guys than it is girls. That kind of like that ripping on each other.
Yep.
Because I think what it does is it kind of puts into perspective whatever insecurity you may have about yourself.
Yep.
In the sense of I'm ripping on you, but you know I'm joking about it because you know that I know it doesn't really matter. So you should think that it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. It doesn't actually matter.
Blew my
in the
mind
end.
right there. But yes, I
some
caught
fucking
that.
some
I caught
3D
that.
chess ripping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is though. It's all.
I can relate on what you guys are saying because, like I said, I started skinny and had to grow, but it was the constant battle between trying to stay lean and in shape, aesthetic, and growth. Because in the fitness industry, aesthetic guys are considered like, oh, you're small. You know what I mean? You're tiny. You're not. You're not anything. You can't leg press.
Like you're not strong. Let's say.
You're not strong. Strength is equivalent with size in fitness.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, true strength is functional mobility, strength through motion, being able to support your own weight, being able to do 10 pull-ups, being able to do at least 10 push-ups. Yeah. Those are a lot of things that big guys can't do.
Well, look, see, this is a point that even Justin brings up sometimes. Like, if I am out and someone does like say something about like legs or whatever, it's rare that it happens. But if someone does say something, most of the time, the people who I have worked out with, and again, like I'm by no means like some.
But these are people with big quads, like big legs themselves.
Like whatever. I don't
not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but it's just
like, what are they commenting on your quads for?
It's like sometimes you'll always get that one asshole who's like, oh, skip leg day. You know, you always have that one guy. But like in reality, you're saying, you know, strength is not necessarily equivalent to the size of yourself. And I, for the most part, can squat much more. And this isn't me like trying to boost myself up. I can squat much more than half the people who say like, oh, just skip leg day. And it's not because I have crazy size. And Justin can attest to this because we used to do legs quite a bit. And I make sure that I'm on the verge of dying when I'm doing legs, when I do it with my personal trainer and shit. And so I think it just comes down to, at the end of the day, like I was saying, can you remove the ego aspect and just solely understand that you're doing this for yourself and not for anybody around you, you know?
It depends your goals.
I think so.
Yeah. What are your
think
objectives? What are your goals? Just to be fit and live a happy lifestyle? I can say, and I've chased ego, it doesn't lead to happiness.
No, it doesn't.
Leads to...
What if you're the kind of guy that just, you know, and this has happened to a lot of people, man, girls and guys, you know, all you want to do is be able to just take off your shirt at the beach and not be self-conscious about it. Is that an ego thing?
But that's you. That's a choice.
Is that an ego thing, though?
It is an ego thing, yeah. But that's a choice as well. I respect people's choices, but as long as they say that it's correlated with ego.
Yeah. Well, you know how people always say, like, when people are looking for relationships and stuff, it's like you're never gonna find someone to love until you love yourself.
Well, we can't look for that shit, though.
Well, this is what I mean. Yeah. So, like in the case of like fitness and stuff, let's say you're some 300-pound guy, okay? It's obviously much more difficult. I would imagine, I've never been that size, but I would imagine it's much more difficult to quote unquote love yourself because you're insecure about something. But if
Yeah,
you
but fuck-
can't.
fuck
If
that.
well, that's it. If
I
you
agree.
can't fully love who you are on the inside, you're never gonna be able to finally like make the decision. Let's say in the case of working out, to go and lose all that weight. And you've known people. I've known people who have been massive, really really big. Our friend Giacomo was a perfect example. When we were younger, he was a very big guy, and he lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And I know so many other people who've done it.
Coppola, man. Coppola is an example of that he goes to
Yeah.
the gym all the time and he lost all
Yeah.
kinds of weight.
And that all stems from your mind, dude.
It
Yeah.
stems from your mind and your support system around you. I had
Yeah.
a buddy of mine. I'm not gonna name drop, but he's one of my best friends. But we were at a festival hanging out, and he was too insecure to remove his shirt at the festival. And like I motivated him in that moment. I'm like, bro, take your fucking shirt off.
Yeah.
It's like 40 degrees out here. Take it off, like
Yeah.
now. You know what I mean? We're in a
Take
festival.
it off.
No, but
now.
like you're in a festival in a
No,
crowd,
for
you're
sure.
having a good time. It's like, bro, like take your shirt off.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? And ever since then, he's probably the most confident man that I ever known in my life.
Well, that-
100%.
It takes a lot for people, man, especially when they're
100%.
insecure about
It's your support
insecurities.
system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but insecurities are huge, man. Like for example, Coppola support system is a great man. Like we,
But you
Medrick,
need that. You need
Medrick
that.
and those guys, they fucking push him.
I
Not because
talk
he's
to
a
Medrick all the time. He's
yeah.
so he's
not because he's a
super
fat fuck, but it's
motivational.
because listen, man. Like, but it's true. They don't push him because he's fat.
Yeah.
They push him because they know he feels insecure about that part of him.
Yeah, but that's
So it's like, listen, man. We'll go, and he goes with him at 5 a.m. He fucking trains him.
That's
and
that love. That's that true
It's
love
just that
within
love.
friendships, man.
Yeah,
You don't have
man.
that often, and then when
You
it is
don't.
there, it's like you look at the results. If,
Yeah.
if you see changes, that's it.
He's the skinniest he's ever been. Is literally this morning. He's the skinniest Coppola's ever been in his life.
Fantastic.
Well, look, I remember when we were
Yeah.
was he with us in Vancouver?
Yeah, of course.
He was there when we went, right?
Yeah.
Well, I have such bad memory.
He literally calls you the worst Josh
Yeah.
all the time. What's wrong with you? Vancouver's better Josh.
I remember I think it was in Vancouver. He had said like, oh, you know, like it's the first time like I weigh myself and I'm at like whatever number, I don't want to say it, but like whatever number I am even, you know. And I was like, you know, you could see in his face like the level of accomplishment that he felt within
Yeah, he's
himself.
happy, man. He's really happy
and
about it.
it's a nice thing to see that, you know. And like I always say this, you're talking about like Medrick and them, how they'll push him. I always say I find there's really something to be said about like male camaraderie and like male friendships.
100%.
Different than women friendships, but not to like make one better than the other, because obviously I'm not I haven't been a girl since I was like 6, so like it's not to say, it's not to say that like one's better than the other, but because I'm a guy, I know it. A lot of the times people will rip on, and I always talk about this, like that toxic masculinity thing or whatever. But I find for the most part, if you get a good group of guy friends, there's something very internal and not spoken about the what's the word I'm looking for? I guess the level of, or the amount to which
Like,
you're gonna push your friend, or the amount to which you're gonna support your friend.
Yep.
As a guy, because you're both kind of living that same thing, but there's like this love between you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we always talk about this on the podcast. Like Justin and I are our group of friends, and I'm sure you're the same
We
thing.
see that. Yeah.
We're very open in that sense, and I think you're the same way. It's like I'll always go in for the hug. You know what I mean? Like it's just this unspoken thing where like we're very supportive of each other, rather than like the common view of guys being this macho thing and like everyone has
there
to
are
one
people,
up.
There are people
Yeah,
like
for
that,
sure,
though.
for sure.
Sometimes I'll see it and not even to throw like shots or anything. I'll see groups of friends and it's like, yo, what the fuck, man? Like it's just bad energy, bad vibes, man. Like
you gotta find your. You gotta.
I
Find
don't
your
see
way.
I don't see the bigger picture, but like just in the little details, you see it, man. And the support among friends is super fucking important. Super important. I don't think people even actually realize that how important it is.
You find your way with groups. You know what I mean? Like at some points in life, you'll be surrounded with people who might envy you, or might be jealous, or you're not resonating at the same energy level.
Yeah.
Some people just it's you're not meant to be.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And then sometimes you're with a group of friends where it's like, dude, I just got a tattoo, and you're reminding me about like how I should be saving for a house. You know what I mean? It's like those are kind of like the checks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean,
like
listen.
there comes things where it's like you're that close, and it's like, man, you care to that level. It's like you're reminding me about my goals that I told you the other day on the phone. Like this is my goal.
Do you think that's a good, like let's say in that situation, like someone gets a tattoo and then your friend's like, oh dude, you should be saving. Do you think that stems from like a resentment? Do you think
No,
it
not at
stems
all.
from
No,
It all depends how you word it.
not at all, because I got that the other night.
It all depends how you word it. It's all the energy behind how the person
It's
is
the way the
saying it.
message is sent. And I can tell the way it was sent. It's all because of a phone call we had the other night. Now I had said my goals, and I said my girlfriend and I want this and objective, and then 2 days later I'm getting tattoos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta know your goals and then set them. You know. But
tattoos are a strange thing, because it's like you'll get one and then you're just like, dude, like give me when's the next one? You know
It's just
what I mean?
because like they're so expensive. You're just like, fuck, you know.
Dude, they're fucking expensive, man.
Too
Like,
expensive.
They're expensive.
It's crazy.
We have
dude.
a good in Montreal, man. Too. If you go to Toronto and shit, LA, fuck, man, it's like $400 an hour.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But you know, we were talking about this last time actually when we were chilling. It's like
Yeah.
tattoo artists. The problem is, it's not necessarily like the price. I just feel like for the most part, when you try to contact a tattoo artist, most tattoo artists are just douchebags.
Yeah.
they're too high on themselves, dude. I find that, and not all of them, because I've gotten that, like the one I have over here from Carlos Velasquez art.
So good,
dude,
man.
I'm about to shout out mine.
Oh man,
like right now.
sweetheart, dude,
Yeah, best
sweetheart,
guy.
the nicest guy in the world. But for the most part, I feel like a lot of times when I've gone to get tattoos, some guys are just like, they don't even want to talk to you. They're just like, yeah, can you stop moving? It's like, dude, what do you mean stop moving? You're stabbing me with a needle. Like, I'm gonna move. You know what I mean? Like, obviously,
Like hundreds of needles.
But for the most part, tattoo artists, man, first of all, they know they're amazing. I mean, listen, just how like girls like know they're hot, like tattoo artists know they're good. It's true though, you know.
Not always. Not always where girls think they're hot.
No, I don't just agree. how some. And
and
with that being said, these guys, they literally go out and they hand pick what they want to do. So if you go there with your idea, they'll tell you straight. They'll be like, listen, man, I don't want to do it. Like they don't have time. They don't have time, you know. Are they being an asshole? No, they just don't have time. And they want to do what they want to do. It's their art. It's their, you know what I mean? So
like I've been going to see the same tattoo artist for a couple of years now. She's done a few of my pieces on my arms and a fresh one over here. But the reason I go to her is because she's one, professional, and two, when you're there, it's like it's not like a best friendship, but it's like you feel
comfortable.
You don't feel like insecure, or you don't feel like if I position it, she'll reposition it like 6 times. Like
because there's the ones that you feel bad asking them.
I don't
she's
like
it
no
here.
problem at all, and it's like there was even a moment where I'm like, you know what, I'm not getting this in the end. She's like, no problem, like no worries. I ended up not getting one tattoo that I wanted to get. But people who know their skill, they have a base price, right, per hour. So they have their
which is fine, man. I don't think
they make good money. Shout out Julia at Studio Tattoo Mania.
nice. Yeah, I think it's important, man. Like these people, they know their worth, man. You know what I mean?
But you have to know your worth.
You have to know
that's
your worth.
important. If
people overdo it 100%, say, listen, man, like
people push it, but
they push it.
You know in the end the results. If you go see one piece on somebody's arm versus another, you know the budget, right? Like
there's a limit to, like, I don't want to sound like an asshole or whatever, but there's a limit to knowing your worth, because there's knowing your worth and then there's over exaggerating.
That's what I'm saying. People overdo it.
Yeah, but that's people's journeys who ego gets in the way and makes them.
It's not ego. It could be just. It could be straight up greed, man. They know they can make a lot of money and they're gonna do it. I don't think that's wrong.
Ego.
Though.
That's ego right there.
Well, I mean, like sometimes
you're manipulating the way.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll catch those people where it's like, you ever catch those people on Instagram and it's just like, guys, listen, I just quit my job today and I've decided that I'm gonna go down a path of trying to build up my tolerance to heroin. And if you think that I'm an idiot, I'm a queen, okay? I'm a queen, and I can decide what I want. It's like, okay, relax.
Nobody says that, though.
No,
I'm going to do a bunch of heroin today.
But I mean, like, whatever. There's situations like that, and it's like, you can't say anything to me because I'm a queen. And on the flip side, what guys do is, it's like, I could do whatever the fuck I want. It's like, I think there's a limit to everything.
If I would say I could do whatever I want on camera because I'm a fucking king.
Yeah.
That's not as good as
that. Never happens. Like there's that queen thing with chicks. You know
what I
mean?
Like I'm a fucking boss and shit.
Queen, slay.
Yeah,
but in the end, you are what you speak into the existence. If you say you're a king, you're a king. It doesn't matter what I think. It matters what you think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you could not be an asshole about it.
Yeah,
if I know my self-worth, I can still be humble.
But
being humble is super important.
You saying that you're a king, why does that make you an asshole?
I don't know.
He's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Why does that make you an asshole? If you look at me right now and say, Taylor, I'm a king because this, and this, and I look at you and I say, no, you're not because of this and this.
Okay, fine.
There's a confliction there. Yes, that means I'm getting vexed out and emotional based on something that you're thinking. It says more about me than you.
If I tell you I'm a king because I'm good at this, and that, that's fair enough. I'm just like acknowledging.
I actually believe in you. I would actually say, okay, I tried.
Yeah, but if I tell you every time I see you, you'd be
okay,
like,
that's
what I'm saying.
That's when you're trying to shove it. That's when you're trying to be cocky. That's when you're trying to be arrogant. But that's a thing in fitness and in a lot of things.
You have to be humble, man, in everything you do.
Humbleness.
Humbleness.
There comes a point in life when you're good at something. There's no effort. You know what I mean? There's something that I say to some people within friends and within jokes. It's like, this, you're cocky. And it's like, nah, there's no effort here. It's like, I've been doing this for X amount of time.
You're just confident.
I'm confident. Yeah. There's levels, and there's a rap artist, Russ, like he speaks about this and speaking things into existence, manifesting. And once you reach a certain level of energy, there's some people that are just not going to get you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's normal. That's fine.
It's like you were saying before. It depends on how you vibe with each other, what frequency you guys are on. And it's funny you say that because when I was younger, one thing I remember I rail on a lot of things. Like I trash a lot of things. It's just I see both sides of a lot of things.
We love you for it, bro.
I trash on a lot of things kind of for comedic value. But anyway, I used to trash so hard on this thing of like, mostly in girls, from what I used to see, like this thing where girls will go from like best friend to best friend to best friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mostly in high school, not necessarily after, but like you'd see this thing where it's like 1 month this girl's like best friends with this other girl, and then the girl, then the that so-called best friend or whatever, like didn't call her on her birthday, and she's like, fuck this bitch, and she just goes to like 3 other friend groups. You know what I mean? And I used to be like how could you I don't understand that, because I've never had that. I've always had the same friends since I've had for a long time. And then as I've grown older, I've kind of realized what you're saying. It's like, well, maybe it's not necessarily this thing of like not knowing what you want. It's trying to find what you need.
Well, yeah,
You know?
you look at a teenager, and it's like, if I reflect on my own journey, and if you guys do as well, you're so lost in those moments. Like if you look back in high school and you think about how you felt about that breakup, about this situation, it's like you don't know who you are, you don't know where you're going, you don't know what you feel, you don't know which direction. So it gets complicated, you know. So
it's not.
Can't be too hard on yourself.
That's not like really valid for me. Like people
That's
people go through hard shit
and
all the time. But at the end of the day, like what Josh is saying, if you don't call me on my birthday, like now I think you're a bitch. Like all you are is a spoiled fucking brat.
But you're talking about now or back in high school, like he was speaking?
It doesn't matter, man.
Okay.
High school,
In
no,
general.
you're fucking 16 years old, man. You understand what that shit is. You understand what it's like to be a good person. I don't care how lost
kind
you
of.
are, man. Yeah, you are, man.
Yeah?
I wouldn't. Yeah, I think
I
so.
feel I learned most of my social skills and learning how to actually write properly or actually have communication skills. I was in Seja.
You get better at it, but if
I don't think I learned much in high school.
well, then that's you, then, man.
Yeah, but that's
you know
why
what?
that's my own thing.
and that's fine if that's your journey. But for me, the most part, like I would never get mad. And this is something I actually want to talk about on the podcast. I'm happy you brought it up. People actually get fucking mad.
Yeah.
People actually get mad when you don't wish people happy birthday, man. What the fuck's that about?
Dude, I just had someone say it to me before you guys got here. I forget about birthdays, dude. Like it's nobody's business.
I'm the worst.
I'm really good at
barely remember
birthdays.
my birthday, dude. Like
Yeah.
it's really, really bad. I remember like 3 people's birthday.
When's my birthday, you bitch?
Fuck yeah, I remember yours actually. I remember your birthday randomly.
July.
Yours is the fucking.
It's the same month, goddammit, as you.
I know it's the
Jesus
same.
Christ.
It's in July. I know the first is Toast Day. You're like what, the 6th?
Yeah, I'm the 6th.
Oh fuck, mental.
When's your birthday?
Yes, the 16th.
The 16th.
16.
All right, a lot of July babies here, except for you.
I don't know why.
October, baby.
There's certain birthdays that really like just stay with me for some reason. I have no idea. Well, like whatever. We used to be very close when we were in high school.
You guys
but,
were
like,
best friends in high school.
Like it's very strange. Like there's a couple of the people, but for the most part, I forget birthdays, dude. Like it's nobody's business. It's really bad, and I feel horrible because most of the time, what ends up happening is I'll call days later. It just happened recently with Mass Tartaglia. I called him Friday. It was like 4 days after his birthday, and I'm like, dude, like I sorry, I wanted to call you, and like I just want to say happy birthday. And he's like, oh, that's all you called for? And I was like, yeah, like I just want to say happy birthday.
That's nice.
You know
That's
what I mean?
nice. But people take it bad. I don't know why. Maybe they think it's like, you know, a true friend. First of all, man, for you, we have so many fucking friends, man. Yeah. It's hard to keep up. And I'm not just saying that, you know, but it's the truth. Like last time,
just like so popular.
Like last time Sag was here, and I was like, oh, was your birthday recently? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I know you should happy birthday.
But if I look at Sag and I would say, hey, Sag, happy belated birthday, he's not going to look at me and say, hey, Tate, fuck you for not saying happy birthday.
No, he didn't tell me
I
to fuck
know
up.
Sag personally, but to be real and be very honest, I'm probably not going to message Sag and say happy birthday on your day. And he probably wouldn't for me either, but we're on... It's kind of an understanding.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly. Like you don't. It's not. It's what I spoke to you about last time. It's just expectation versus reality.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you expect someone to, 9 times out of 10, when something doesn't reach your level of expectation,
you're gonna get let down.
Yeah, you're gonna get let down. Sag in general is the type of person that doesn't really care because I know Sag's birthday. It's March 5th.
No, but he didn't get mad at me. But I'm just saying I forgot.
Yeah, but every year
you are a piece of shit, Justin.
And he's a very close friend of mine. And I forgot. You know, for the most part, I'm good at birthdays.
You don't even close the gym bottle.
Fuck, man.
But I'm like I know his birthday and I forget every year to message him. You know what I mean? And it happens with so many people. My cousins, dude, I feel so bad sometimes. Like I have one cousin who's very into that, and it's like, oh, you forgot to wish me happy birthday. She messaged me like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago when it was her birthday, or maybe even before that, because I can't even remember right now. But she was like, oh, like what was yesterday? And I was like, oh fuck, it was her birthday. Jesus Christ! And I was like, I forgot to message her. But it's not because I don't care. It's just because like
what was yesterday?
Yeah.
You can go on your fucking calendar.
Yeah,
like,
I text my brother. I'm like, what was yesterday? This person texted me. What was yesterday?
Yeah,
but
I feel like I fiended all that birthday attention and all that when, like, you know, back in high school when you had Facebook, MySpace, and like everybody wrote on each other saying happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Yeah.
So you crave that like thing. Eventually, you want to like. I don't even want a lot of happy birthdays anymore. I got fed up of it.
Your birthday is still a special day, man.
It's my day. It's not your day.
Yeah, but my birthday, when it's my birthday, I do feel like it's a special day. I don't give a fuck if you don't text me happy birthday, but I want to be with my closest friends. I'll admit it, man. You know what I mean? I want to have a day for me.
Yeah, but if your closest friends, your best friends forget your birthday, okay, I understand. But if outside of that they forget, then
I mean, Sag's one of my closest friends.
Okay, well then that says more on you guys, right? But like,
but no, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean because this like weird phenomena with birthdays in particular, where it's like okay, it's the day you're born. You want to celebrate, obviously, the fact that you exist, like in the world, and it's this thing that people hold such value to, and understandably, I don't think it's
your day.
Yeah, exactly.
It's your day.
Understandably, but people hold like such high value to it.
I fucking hate the whole, like, you guys have spoken about this on the podcast, but I hate holidays. I hate the whole
Forced,
and you were for it, right? Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I was for
You
Valentine's
were for
Day.
I fucking hate the whole concept of everything. I'm more of a Jim Carrey kind of vibe. It's like random people buying random ass shit for things they can't afford, you know what I mean? And it's like when you could put it towards better things, you know what I mean? And there's an expectation.
That wasn't my point though.
No, not your point specifically, but I mean in general holidays. It's like you always feel it's like, oh no, I have to buy a gift for that or else I'm not a good person.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, it's like, do what you got to do for your budget and what makes sense for you for your future. You know?
I don't have to buy you a gift for your birthday, bro. I'm
for
sorry.
your love and affection.
You don't have to buy me a gift. I don't expect you to buy me a gift. I don't want you to buy me a gift.
If you ever bought me a gift for my birthday, like, dude, take this back. Like, what are you doing?
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
For me, the best form of human expression of love or anything is just conversation.
Yeah.
It's
just
social,
being there,
social interaction.
Just being there on the guy's special day or the girl's special day is more than enough, man.
Yeah,
you know?
100%.
Like if he wants to go one night and like, you know, today I want to go to fucking Jerry Park and I want to have a big gathering with everybody. No fucking problem, man.
I'm best
Let's
friends
go.
with Leo's brother Vince.
Mm-hmm.
We speak to each other like once every 4 or 5 months. We call each other on each other's birthdays, Christmas, and maybe on another day, but we're not busting each other's balls.
Yeah.
He's living in Florida. He has a life. What am I gonna do? Oh, bro, you didn't text me today, so you're not my best friend anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, like fuck off. You know what I mean? Like he's living his life. But imagine I would do that.
Though.
No, but people do get to that level. They let
do.
their ego get in the way, and they feel vexed out about another person. Nah, man, you're on two different journeys at all times. Like you like you guys and myself, my girlfriend over there. Like we're all on each other's.
My
journeys.
girlfriend
It's
over
like,
there.
Yeah.
No, but it's like we're all on journeys, and it's
Hi.
like everybody has to understand that we're all guests on each other's journeys.
Well,
Nobody
that's what
owes
it
each
is.
other anything.
No, that's it.
You know,
everybody's
we're all
got
guests.
everybody's got their own shit going on, and
Yeah.
rightly or wrongly, depending on what level of importance you place on the shit that's happening around you,
Yeah.
you tend to get overwhelmed by the stuff that happens, and I'm guilty,
100%.
and I'm guilty of that.
I am as well.
And
Yeah.
to be honest with you, recently, about like 2 or 3 months ago, I was referred to a therapist. And I started talking to somebody, not because I have like crazy problems going on in my life, just because I wanted to like kind of like talk about some things, kind of get clarification on some things,
That's
just
amazing.
like clarify
That's
things,
amazing.
things in life. And that's one of the things that I learned is in life, man, it's like you have to learn to live firstly in the present and not think too much about the future. And that's one of my biggest problems because I have control issues.
Yeah.
In general. I'm a perfectionist and I like to have control over a lot of things that go on around me. And with that comes the baggage of needing to understand and totally have control about what's going on now to control what happens in the future. But without looking towards the future, if you don't look to the future rather, and you stick to what's happening in the present, you don't have as much stress, let's say, and you don't have as
100%.
much anxiety or overwhelmed feeling because you're saying, okay, what's happening now is what's happening now. I can't control what happens in the future. All I can control is what's happening right now.
I feel like it's like a mantra you have to hum to yourself in your mind. And it's like, for me, as a personal example, during this quarantine, my career was taken from me, gone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? In an instant, boom, like that,
Sure.
it's gone. You're not essential. You do Zoom trainings, this, that, and it's like, oh shit, you realize it's like, yo, none of this is guaranteed. Like it can get taken away from you by the government like this. So you know what? It's like, start reflecting, start understanding that it's out of your control. The more you stress about it, personally, led to panic attacks, led to different situations, wanting to reach out to a therapist who, you know, Channing Tatum, like, quote that guy, but whatever, it's cheesy, but everybody should be seeing a therapist. It's because of the stigma of social media, the expectations, the realities of what we see versus
People think that if you see a
feel.
therapist, you just have fucking mental issues, which you don't.
No,
obviously,
that's a stigma. That's
yeah,
bullshit.
of course you
That's
don't,
bullshit.
man. It's
I
always
have
good to
people
talk.
I have people I love in my life that see a therapist, and I believe they need the therapy.
Yeah,
it's
great, man. I mean,
No,
listen, if you have things that
it's-
want to get off your chest, sometimes you don't feel comfortable talking about certain things.
I'd rather
with
hear
your friends, man.
I'd rather
you know?
hear they're seeing a therapist once, maybe twice a week, than them telling me, you know what, Taylor, like I just shot up heroin, or I took 2 mollies last night, and I binged for 3 days in a row, and I can't sleep, and you know what, I'm having a heart attack, or you know what I mean? Like there's things that progress over time. Being aware.
Therapists are also very fucking expensive, though, man.
Not
everybody could afford it.
Right now, it's government supported, so shout out to that. Like right now, you can go to.
You can claim it on your taxes.
You
also.
can claim it on your
Actually,
taxes. If you are feeling like you need the help, you can go and reach out.
For sure.
Shout out to income taxes, yo.
Yeah, I
Right?
don't think you know what
Get taxed.
I think
All
there's a really good, like, I don't know how to say this, but I think speaking to a stranger about your problems is sometimes could be more helpful than speaking to one of your
They're
best
unbiased.
friends.
They're unbiased.
Yeah, they have no opinion, right?
Yeah.
So
They have no
they're
opinion. I think
judging you
sometimes
on the
having an
spot.
opinion like really helps, though.
Something thrilling about that, right?
Yeah, because you literally could be like, you
Yeah.
could say whatever you want. So obviously, and with respect and shit like that, then so I'm gonna go fucking stab my ex-girlfriend. You could literally tell them, listen, I feel this, and that.
No, but
full.
I love that. I love like when I'm with my best friends, my group, and then like they bring in other friends, and it's like now it's like you're putting on that like front, you're putting on that show. You good?
Sorry, I'm just like I'm picturing it's just like you're talking to your therapist. My girlfriend forgot my fucking birthday. That knife's looking really good right now.
Like Joker style.
Yeah.
It's just with a cigarette.
You wouldn't get the joke right now.
All I have are negative
Oh
thoughts.
my god, dude, that was a fucking good movie. Man.
Yeah, that's a really. I've watched it like 6 times.
That was a really good movie. Joaquin Phoenix, dude.
I actually did
Underrated.
Well, go
I
watch
actually
his
did a fitness
interview.
video to that song. You
did what?
A fitness video to that song.
Oh yeah. The
One of
one where
my-
he's coming down the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, what song is that? That's I don't know. I'm not gonna.
But yeah, I jumped on a tire and did a
Yeah.
handstand on it.
If you want to cringe, go watch an interview with Joaquin on Letterman. I think it was.
He is a character.
Yeah.
Fucking weird, man. It's really cringing.
Serious
Holy fuck.
hair lip.
Yeah, well, dude, try holding your brother while he's dying, ODing on.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
that what
not
happened?
judging it. Just,
Yeah, he
it's
held
fuck-
his brother Phoenix in
No
his arms
fucking way.
as he died off an 8-ball.
What's
Yeah.
his brother's name?
Phoenix. River Phoenix.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
Right,
Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix, River Phoenix. Yeah.
You guys have
God.
crazy names, man.
Amazing
Yeah.
names. I love those
I
names.
would love to name my kid like something crazy
Like
that,
what? Like
you know?
River.
Yeah, it's
like
sad because
doorknob.
River was like the
Doorknob.
most,
You're a fucking doorknob.
River was one of the most popular young actors at the time. He played in Stand By Me. You know,
Really?
when they find that dead body there?
Yeah. I know
He's the
exactly what
lead.
you're talking
He's
about.
the lead.
Oh shit, that's
He's the
him.
blonde. Yeah,
That's his
blonde.
brother.
That's his brother, yeah.
Holy.
Can I put a
fuck.
little picture for you for
Yeah,
all the
that's it.
viewers?
Bing.
Ping.
And he passed away out
River
at the
Phoenix.
Viper Club. Johnny
classic.
Depp's club?
A Viper in
Viper
LA.
in LA,
It's
yeah, it's
on
closed
Hollywood
now.
Boulevard, yeah.
Yeah. There's
But
so.
he-
that
I went
happen-
there, eh?
Oh, yeah?
Viper, yeah, in LA.
It happens so often, man, with a lot of like, these famous people or child actors in particular. Like I was listening to Joe Rogan the other day. He had Demi Lovato on, and
It's sad,
Who?
sad, all that shit.
yeah, Demi Lovato.
Who
Yeah,
had
we
him?
wa-
Who
we
had her
wa-
on?
Joe
we watched
Rogan.
it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she had Demi Lovato on, and she was talking about like how she was bullied and shit as a kid and stuff.
Pressured into doing cocaine at like the age of like what?
Yeah,
12?
man. Yeah, it's all
Kind of fucked up.
because you know what it comes down to. Again, what we're saying before is mental fitness, mental fragility. If you have that inherent in you, or if you grow up with the surroundings that bring that up within you, well, then you're more likely to be a victim of all like whatever these, I guess, drugs, drug addiction, or just like overall personality traits that are negative,
Yeah.
quote unquote. You know, and again, to your point, like. You know, seeing somebody, speaking to somebody, it obviously helps because it allows you to get things off your chest. It allows you to put things into perspective. And for me, in general, like what I was saying is that my biggest thing is the fact that I'm a perfectionist. I like to control things.
Yeah.
And when my friends are here, and you know this, like you sit on my couch, dude, like I'm gonna go fix my pillow after you sit
Yeah.
on my couch.
I'm
you know?
like that. I'm like
Yeah.
a place.
But that's
I'm like a
okay,
place-
man.
a
That's
place
okay.
thing.
It's
But
more.
it's
It's
indicative.
more.
It's indicative.
It is, but it's the bigger picture, man. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, like for me, my biggest thing is like I'm a serious dweller. I dwell a lot on things, man. Like the past.
I just dwell.
You're also a piece of shit, but like whatever.
Yeah, that too. But like, but
But it's also healthy to dwell at certain moments. It's
it
just
is,
not to
man.
get stuck
But to the
there.
point
You
where it's
can't
like
get stuck.
it's all a control thing. So whether you're looking at it into the future, and for me, it's this case, it's in the past. Everything in the past, I
have trouble
dwell
with
on
the
it, man.
past.
It could be
Yeah.
like an hour ago, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Why did I do that? Or
Yeah.
I could be like in the future too, making a purchase. For example, with my car, man. Why am I fucking looking so much into buying this car? Like,
Yeah.
I want it. Just get it.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually matter. You know what I mean? If you could afford it and all these things, get it. But it's like, why do I care so much about like the color if it's not exactly the right shining in at night or in the daytime, and like just the stupid fucking things like that literally make you go insane. Same thing with like YouTube videos, man. Like
Yeah.
you know, if we keep looking at how much our YouTube videos are going up every single hour, every single minute, you're gonna go insane. You
Yeah.
can't control
100%,
that.
yeah.
You can't control that shit,
Yeah.
man.
And
Have
that's-
fun,
that's-
do it,
yeah.
and that's it.
And that's the biggest thing is I've learned to kind of let go of a lot of things that I've been trying to control that are most predominantly in the future
Yep.
for the benefit of the present. You know what I mean? And it's helped me with my reaction to things, with my dealing with certain situations. Like she's
Yep.
taught me how to deal with situations, how to speak to people.
There's a certain way. There's techniques, and
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like I'm some person who knows it all, but like when I did a program called Child Studies at Dawson, and you kind of learn how to deal with like kids who are dealing with autism, and you learn certain techniques or theories, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
quote unquote, but you learn basics, you know what I mean, in this program. So it's kind of like your social skills grow, and the program was like all with women. So it's like me with women, it's like I can speak and talk, and it's fine. Even with men, it's not a difference, but I mean, like, it's
Well, there's a difference for people, man. People have a hard time talking to girls.
yeah,
you
some
know?
people have a harder time talking to women,
Yeah.
but for me, doing a 3-year program, well, I did it in 3 years other than 2, but with fully women, it's like, bro, you want to get that homework, you got to talk to the girl, though you don't know who the hell she is.
Well, it's
know
it's
what I
funny
mean?
you mentioned that, because for the most part, I do feel like a lot of that's one of the biggest issues I think with guys in general is that
Fear.
They
Yeah.
well, not necessarily fear, but I think stigma maybe about like you having to deal with those issues. And again, like our group of friends is very different in that regard because we're much more open. But for the most part, I feel like, you know, you're saying you're in a class and it's all women who are taking that class.
Yeah.
It's rare you find guys who are, one, interested in that, or two, willing to attend those types of things, because one, the stigma, two, because it's just a level of
It's
interest.
also hard because the R
So
score.
meaning what? Like meaning
have
like
to
an
maintain a
all-female dominant like course or field.
Like in general, like in life, people always talk about like, oh, like there's not enough women in this field or that field, but it's like I don't think it's in regards to like people being pushed down or not like allowed to do things. I think it just comes down to personal choice. I think that women in general are, I've always said this on the podcast, I think women are smarter than guys because we're just like fucking gorillas, dude, just like running around life.
I feel, given the way it's going and what I've experienced in schooling, women deserve to have it. One, because they've been suppressed to a certain amount of time, and it's like men were so dominant for so long, and you can only get educated until this age, and now they're thriving.
Yeah.
Now it's like, you know, I don't mind doing push-ups at home, taking care of the kid and making you supper when you come home, and you're the owner of this business.
And
I don't mind that at all. I'll do the push-ups and I'll take care of the kid.
That's all ego though too, because men
But,
have to feel like they're superior, not even in a bad way. They just have to be the alpha and they have to be the provider. It's just what it is, man.
No,
you know?
but there could be two alphas.
Of course,
100%.
There's an
Of
alpha
course.
female and there's an alpha male, and
Of
then
course.
that's how you thrive.
I always say this. People always tend to like try to rip on one gender versus the other. We're both idiots. Men are stupid. Women are annoying. It's literally what it comes down to.
Men are women.
True, no? No.
She's like, absolutely not.
Men are women
So annoying,
first before they can become men,
Look,
right?
And before anybody rips on me, we're all dumb. We're all stupid people. We're all crazy people trying to figure out like what the fuck's going on. You know?
I don't think you ever really figure it out.
You
though,
never do figure it out. And I always say this.
I think our parents have it figured out. They're like 60.
Yeah, when you're 60, you're just a kid who grew up 40 years.
Yeah.
Like you don't know what the fuck's
you guys,
going on as much as you did
I
before.
talked to those seniors on that Zoom, and they're still kids.
Yeah,
They're still
man. Of
kids.
course, it's stay
You know
young,
what I mean?
man.
It's like keep that youth, and it's like,
Yeah.
but in the end, it's like you can't get lost. You can't get lost in certain situations. Find your way. You know what I mean? And finding your way takes time.
It does take time. It takes experiences too, man.
But that's part of the journey, and
Yeah.
then that's when people start reflecting on past and future, right? When you're on that journey, you start looking back or you look forward.
Yeah, like you can't even like
know?
read about this shit. You can't learn this like in.
You gotta
like,
learn it. You just
but-
learn it on your own.
Yeah, but learn it by
Experience.
yourself in the sense of like for me, I could be wrong, but in how I think, it's all through experiences. You can't like read a book and like know how to do these things, man.
You know
have
what's
to-
crazy?
you have
Russ
to
wrote
go-
a book. He wrote a book. Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah, Russ.
but he wrote a
the
book.
rapper.
He probably
wrote
wrote
the chapters, and he wrote about how he did it himself. It's
exactly,
a perspective.
but it's his experience.
His experience.
Exactly.
Yeah, of
You
course.
could read that book, take
But
all the notes you want.
I
but at the
only
end of the day, it's not the
only
same.
really started. Russ started popping in 2017, 2016. And I only started really manifesting goals and learning that word and learning how to be confident and distinguishing confidence between arrogance and cockiness and knowing when to look at you and say, hey, bro, you know, like I can do squats like 400 pounds. And then another person where it's like, no, you know, like I do squats on a weekly basis. Like there's different ways to speak.
Yeah, that's
There's a different way of conversing with different people.
There's different ways to express
What
the
you're
thoughts,
trying to say.
Exactly, the thoughts that are in your mind.
Exactly.
But yeah, dude, 100%. And I've through the years I've learned that too, and especially when it comes to work. When it
Social
comes
skills,
to when it comes to things that I'm working on with people, because when I was in school, and I've always had this issue where I have that control aspect of myself. I'm a perfectionist, and so when I've been in school and I'm in projects, I always have to take the lead. You know what I mean? I always have to be the person who's like doing the planification, I guess.
Yeah.
Planification.
Is that even a word?
I don't even know,
because
bro.
but you've said that several times during this podcast, but I already see that. But I know that, and it's kind of actually cool. Like I actually see you like making everything perfect. Like you took like 20 minutes to set up the camera, and it's like I admire that on a personal level. Some people might be like, "Fuck, this guy's taking forever." You know what I mean? But
It's-
Yeah, but at the end of the day, man, this is his fucking show. It's our show, man. If I want the camera to be placed
Yeah,
at
but
1 millimeter to the left, we're gonna fucking do
Yeah.
it.
But
man, you understand?
I on a personal level respect that, and I admire that. There's some people who might feel a different way.
Yeah, they
about
might think he's so annoying. Like, who cares? It doesn't be so
it. It's
perfect.
too,
You
okay,
know?
just get the show on. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
But I also think that's why me and Justin work very well together, because he's on a certain level, kind of that same level of perfectionism
For different things, though.
with what he wants to be perfect. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so we kind of understand that aspect between each other. So we work very well together in
It's
that
called
regard.
balance.
Yeah.
I feel you guys are kind of opposite, but the same. Like you balance each other off.
Yeah, we're opposite, but
You're
the
more
same.
meticulous. He's more relaxed. He's smoking. You're chilling out. You know, it's a
But that's
balance.
what
He's
that's
also
what
a
it is.
fucking loser.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're a loser. You're a douche. You go together.
I'm not. If anything, I'm the loser. He's the douche, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we always talk about this. If ever we were to become famous, I would be that douchebag.
Yeah.
I would be that famous piece of shit douchebag.
Leo's the seat to your douches.
Yeah, Leo,
you know?
like he provides balance. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is the
Yeah.
stability. You know, because Leo's that.
He's a fucking loser. Too.
Leo has always surprised me with his personality, because I've heard stories about
That kid's
Leo.
one of a kind. It's
I've heard
incredible.
stories through his brother and through friends of friends, but it's like he's so relaxed and so like,
Yeah.
bro, like nothing phases me. You know what I mean? Like,
He's, you know what it is.
but
is-
he's a feeler, huh?
yeah. But I mean, we're all feelers, I think. But like,
Him deep though.
yeah, Leo. The thing with Leo is that he's very understanding. He's the guy that sits on the fence for most things, so he'll be able to see both points of view, and it's something that I strive to do for the most part in this podcast, but I tend to fall on one side or the other for a lot of things. He's able to really keep himself on the middle
Yeah,
of
he's
the
very
fence.
balanced.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
watch him
And I've always,
speak.
like, yeah.
I watch him speak. He can agree with you and say, "Yeah, I understand
Yeah.
that."
He's like a hippie, Leo.
I'm sometimes
He's a hippie,
he
fuck.
is.
I'm sometimes a bit more like a bit harder, but at the same time, I'll pull back and be like, "No, Justin, you don't agree with what I'm saying. I'm not gonna get angry at you for not agreeing with."
Well, then you're just a
what
dick if you get angry.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's
get
hey,
dick.
man, like, you know, this all comes down to the social skills, like how to talk to somebody.
I'm- Exactly.
Hey,
You
listen,
gotta
man.
understand perspectives. That's the problem.
Perspectives is important. It's also a very good high school. No, it's not high school. Perspectives is not a thing.
Oh no, that's
Shout out perspectives.
that's the pits. That's when you end up in the
There
pits.
you go.
Shout out perspectives. I know a lot of
Yeah.
good people who came from perspectives.
You go there to gain perspective, though.
Yeah, apparently.
That's what it is. You know.
That's where the name stems from.
Yeah.
But it is social skills, and it comes again back to expectations, like
You're
we
not
said.
taught. You're not taught these social skills in high school. Sorry, boys.
No, well, I mean, like through your experiences with other
The only,
people.
honestly,
What
man.
experiences in high school? You're all figuring it
Your
out.
well, I mean, your social experiences. Would
You are, man. You make new friends and shit in high school between like the age
Okay,
of like.
I feel certain gens got lucky. Like I feel your grade from Pearson, a lot of you stuck together.
Yeah.
yeah.
My grade, not so much. A lot of us separated.
Yeah.
It comes down to generation.
Yeah, you
know what I
see,
mean?
you're right, because I don't see, you know,
it's
I
not
don't
every
see
grade.
you guys,
Not every grade, man.
you know?
You know, because I had asked your brother the other day, "How's your friends? How's everyone?" He doesn't know a lot about everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah, but not everybody stays through to the end.
Yeah, I think a lot of that has to do with social media too, because I feel like I've always said this, like our parents are so. You ever see like parents who are like obsessed with Facebook? You know what I mean? My dad loves
My
Facebook.
mom last night was showing me a singles group, bro.
Yeah.
Gross. Gross, the memes they put on that thing.
Yeah, that crazy shit, eh?
You would fucking imagine. It's like a big skeleton guy slamming some other fucking emoji or something. I don't know. I'm like, Mom, what the fuck are you showing me?
Yeah,
Right
parents,
now? We're at
parents,
supper right now.
parents love Facebook. My dad's always on it.
My dad has like weird fucking humor too, man. It's like he shows me these things. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, like,
My dad's
are we
a
even
sick-
there? Are we
Yeah.
there? Could you show me these things?
My dad's sick, man. My dad's a...
Do you see what they post on Facebook? It's
Yeah.
a crazy video. But it comes down. I always think it comes down to social media, because it allows you to have that connection with people that you otherwise wouldn't.
You guys,
in
social
normal-
media has distorted...
It's good and bad.
and I've experienced the full effect, and it's hard because you have to be able to separate. It's kind of like you have a social worker who goes to work. They're able to separate their work,
Mhm.
their life at home with their family, and they go to work and they see kids getting abused by parents. There's a separation that has to exist.
Yeah.
Also with social media,
For sure.
if you're popping on social media and you let your ego get the best of you, things are gonna happen
Unravel.
in
Okay,
repercussion.
let me-
And unravel.
Let me give you an example of separation between home and work. We all thought about this. Gynecologist.
Oh yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
Listen.
but fuck. Look at the Athlete A
You just see
documentary,
puss
bro.
all day.
Look at the Athlete A documentary.
You want to
on
slam your
Netflix.
wife after? What?
Athlete A documentary.
What is
so
that?
the Gymnastics Association in the U.S.
Oh, yeah.
The guy who was fucking fingering the athletes, bro, the whole fucking time.
He's
for like
fingers
12 years.
athletes.
For like 12 to
Just
15
fingering
years.
athletes for 12 years.
Yeah,
Wait,
this
wait,
is
wait.
a technique I have to do because it does this, and that. And the girls are like 12. oh, okay. Well, they don't know any better. And then all of them revealed later, and he ended up getting fired and in jail now. But
Well, no fucking
great
shit.
documentary. Shout out Athlete A, but you should watch that.
Yeah,
Was-
don't
so-
shout them out though, because it's a piece
But
of
wait,
shit.
no,
No,
it
but
was-
he is a piece
yeah.
of shit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
fuck.
But wait,
him.
it was like a what? What was his like position?
He was a
a
recruiter.
a massage.
Was he a recruiter too?
Recruit kind of like massage kinesiologist kind of guy. You know what I mean?
R.
Like
Kelly, fuck. Dude,
Yeah, but this
massage
is-
therapy
it's
for
fucking
women.
perverted, dude.
But this is illegal. I'm talking about like
It is
legal shit,
illegal.
like gynecologist. Like that's what they
Okay,
do
that
for
is-
that
that-
they do
yeah.
for work. It's like, how do you?
yeah, but dude, there are doctors who get committed of crimes from that,
Yeah.
from being a gyno. My
Sick bastards. Fuck.
my friend, is seeing a doctor who has been committed of crimes.
Like, what do? You start like fingering your fucking patients and shit. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know,
it's,
eating them out like mid fucking appointments.
They call it compulsion, right? You can't control yourself.
Well, you shouldn't be a fucking gyno doctor. That's for
I
sure. If you
agree,
can't control
I
yourself,
agree.
Jesus
Very nice,
Christ.
Brittany. Looking tight today.
We're like
very
become
tight.
like a-
very tight
Looking very tight today, Brittany.
Looking very tight.
That's so fucking twisted, man. Anyways, but people are sick in this
Oh, you're
world.
feeling loose today, but you're only 12. What's up?
You're feeling loose, but you're only.
But you're only 12.
We've all
What?
We've all been with that one chick. Okay.
Okay,
To-
yeah,
to preface-
that's
No,
happened.
not a 12-year-old.
Isn't that
No, no,
mysterious?
We've all been with 12-year-olds. You know what I mean?
No,
That's-
yeah, okay.
When I was
But
12,
no,
maybe.
not that level. No,
No, but I mean,
not
whatever.
12.
To preface this, I don't care. Like, I don't think looseness of a vagina is indicative of like promiscuous behavior. I don't
No.
think that is a result of like.
I don't think
dicks.
you're a whore if your
No,
vagina's
no,
a little
no,
looser
Like
than
it
it should
just
be.
depends how
Yeah,
you're
like so-
made. Depends how the baby's gonna end up
Yeah,
coming out
you
of
know what I
there.
mean? Like,
It's
some
even
guys
too, but it's even too tight sometimes. Like, Jesus Christ, can I fucking fit this thing in?
Yeah, it's like a
Christ,
zipper.
could you be a little looser?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Really
Holy
be
fuck.
tight, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
like, really be
I
tight.
have to pee so bad. I've
Yeah,
been
go
holding
for
it in
it.
for 20 minutes.
Yeah, go downstairs. Go downstairs. Yeah, no, it's like really fucking be tight. You know what I mean? But like we've all been with girls who've had that where it's like it's a little bit loose, and I feel like there's again for girls there's a stigma of like if you're loose you're a fucking whore. No, I think it just happens. It's just the way it is. Some guys' dicks hang to the right, some guys' dicks hang to the left, some guys are fucking upward. You know what I mean? Like it's just a fucking anatomy thing.
Yeah, you're literally just born that way.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
not my fault.
Yeah,
You know
so
what I mean?
you're born with a fucking wizard sleeve, or you're born with like a fucking a zipper.
Wizard sleeve. Where did that stem from?
That's fucking Borat.
It, like,
That,
literally,
I
yeah?
think that's one of the biggest reasons why like loose pussies have a stigma around them is because Borat, okay, wizard sleeve, you know, like all that fucking stupid shit. But like it doesn't. I don't find personally, and maybe I haven't been with somebody who's quote unquote like loose enough.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't find personally that it really makes that much because like a vagina is a vagina.
Listen, unless like my favorite thing, unless you're throwing a hot dog down a hallway kind of thing, like that's where it gets, you know. I mean, and if you're fucking this big, I mean, there's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, I can't.
But is
fit
there
it.
ever anything really that big?
Of course not. And that's not healthy. Then and
No,
go to
but
the
that's it.
doctors. Fuck.
But
you know?
this is the reason why, like I've always said this, and I think I've said this on the podcast before. I'm not one of those guys that's into like anal really that much because
just laugh.
Taylor's just like laughing at the back. I'm not one of those guys that's into anal that much because all I can think of when I think of anal
It's a gaping asshole.
it's like you ever watch those pornos
It's
where a guy just fucks a
gaping
girl
asshole,
and it's
yeah.
just a fucking it's like Sauron's pit, dude, from
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Sauron.
Sauron. Yeah, just like I'm very visual, so all I get as a visual cue when I think of anal is just a big gaping asshole.
I actually don't watch porn if they're doing anal. I can't watch it.
Straight gin. Oh,
Oh, nice.
No
sorry,
good.
boys.
No
Sorry,
good.
boys.
Yeah,
I took a shot there by accident. Sorry.
it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
So we went from gyno flaps at 12 years old to
Gyno
Sauron from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, exactly. To anal with 12-year-olds.
Fuck, really is.
Not anal, a 12-year-old.
The podcast about everything and absolutely nothing.
God damn, man.
You know what I wanted to bring up before actually?
Love you guys for that.
We're talking about like expectations, social media and stuff. One thing that I've been noticing on social media a lot, which I usually rail on social media, is oh my god, I thought that was like a phone. I thought that was someone's phone ringing. I was
Wow, do that in the mic after. That is sick. It sounds like a duck.
yeah, I know.
It's a new segment, Crack.
Yeah.
The quack duck.
Farm animals. What the fuck is it? Jesus Christ. There's a thing that I've been seeing on social media a lot. I don't know if you guys have seen this, and I really like it. Usually I'll rail on a lot of like social media trends because I think a lot of them are stupid.
Because they deserve to be railed on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're fucking
This one
stupid,
I
some of
think
them.
is
Like
really
the support local one, I agree. No, but when I sent you that message,
Yeah.
I wasn't sending it as like, oh, bro, I support local. I bought one of your hoodies, so like now I expect you guys to buy one of my
tagline. It's
hoodies.
become a tagline.
It's a fact that it's like there's people who let their egos get in the way of them
Yeah.
supporting local, and it's like you don't really want to see people.
Yeah, you just want the post. You just want- yeah, that's it.
that. You know, in the end, it's like, are you for real? What you're saying? Do you really support people on from one place of the city or from where you're from? And do you go that extra mile to?
Yeah.
The first thing I did when I saw your podcast and when my girlfriend was getting me into it, I subscribed right away.
Yeah,
I
you're a
understand.
fucking-
I understand
She's
them.
a true fucking day one.
But I
man.
also understand the mechanisms to support, subscribe. The hardest point of action for YouTube is subscription. How do I know? Because I tried YouTube and I failed right away.
Yeah.
Because you need X amount of subscribers to do X amount of things. So it's like you learn through failure, and it's kind of like I've always put myself in the shoes of like, you know, I had X amount of support, and I'm not gonna say I had no support. I did have support throughout my career, fitness and this and that. But I always looked back at certain people, and I always questioned, like, how come I didn't get your support? You know what I mean? How come this? Like, you know, I wondered. I
think
didn't-
I think it's natural. To be honest, it happens to me too. Even with the pod, man, it's like
yeah.
I
think
want
it's a
your
normal
support.
thing. It's normal.
It is. It's very normal,
Very
man.
normal,
But
yeah.
I'm not like angry about it because you're one of my closest friends. I just expect maybe a little more support. Is it wrong?
Yeah.
No. Is it right? Like I don't think so either.
Again.
It's just expectations, man. Again, you know.
Yeah,
Again.
it's being able to separate yourself and not getting stressed about it.
Because we're doing something that like we love, man. This is important to us. So like when one of your best friends doesn't care, you just like
Well, I think
you want your best friends to care about what you care about.
I think
man, you know?
I think it's like the birthday thing. Like if you expect too much from people, then you're always going to be let down. So
Yeah.
if you expect everybody to wish you happy birthday on your birthday, you're going to be let down. If you expect everybody you know to support you in anything that you're doing, you're going to be
Yeah,
let
but
down.
It's
you know what?
unrealistic.
You know
It's
what?
unrealistic.
You know what? I believe in putting good energy out into the universe and going that extra mile. And it's like, you know what? Beyond the bench never directly did me any positive directly like by them doing it, but I went and subscribed for no
Yeah.
reason. I didn't owe you guys anything for doing that.
Yes, but I also
did it.
want
You know what I mean? Like it's about going the extra mile unwillingly, like without being forced.
Yes, but
You know
I
what I
also
mean?
want
Like-
you to subscribe and watch it because you want to do
Yeah,
it. I
yeah.
don't want you to be forced to do it because you feel like you have to. That
That's
eliminates all
fine.
purpose. after.
I watch your show consistently.
Yeah.
One, because I've been in a quarantine and I love watching your show. One, two, because I know you guys.
yeah.
And I went to high school with
Yeah.
Josh. You know what I mean? I know you through your cousin. But it's like, I also love supporting, regardless if it gives me any benefit or if I'm on the show or if I get a hoodie. I support anybody. It's my given rule in my career. Anybody from the East End of Montreal. So Delicate Healing, Prisnidi, everybody. Everybody I support.
Shut them out,
Yeah,
fuck.
for real.
No, but I'll shout out everybody who I've supported, and they can attest to it. I've messaged them, and
It's good,
I've said
man. Good
this,
for
this,
you,
that.
man. Good for
It's
you.
my given rule. 100% you support. It doesn't matter what you've had, past demons or positivities. You support. 100%.
Yeah, but as long as you want to support, now you feel like you have to.
Yeah.
That's
No,
that's,
I
that's the
support
difference.
willingly, 100%.
Good. Good.
On that note, fucking subscribe. Fucking hit the fucking subscribe button right now.
I want to hear about this trend, though. Joe.
Yeah, so a trend that I've been noticing recently is this thing where girls predominantly will post a picture. Is that straight gin too?
Straight gin.
Nice, I got him. Fantastic. It tastes good though, huh?
Yeah, sorry, bro. Go.
Yeah, so anyway, one thing that I've been seeing is predominantly with girls is they've been posting. I've seen a lot of girls posting pictures, and it's two pictures, either in like a slideshow or in the same picture. One angle, you know how a lot of times like girls like take the fucking
Yeah.
picture like with their ass or whatever, and it's like it's
Side
a very
angle ass, yeah.
very flattering
I love
picture.
that, fuck.
And then right after, what they'll do is they'll
I
post a
love that.
picture 2 seconds later in a different position, and you'll see like if they have cellulite or
Yeah.
if they have like if not
Yeah, like they show
completely-
like what they're hiding versus what's real.
not a completely perfect
That's good.
body.
That's good.
I don't know why sometimes certain social media trends really resonate with me. That is one of them, and I find it's so
'Cause it's
important.
reality,
it's
though.
reality. It's so
Yeah.
important because so many people tend to base their physical appearance or what they wish their physical appearance was off of what they see on Instagram and all these people who are posting pictures. But in reality, the same thing with podcasts or anything. You can edit anything you want. You can make something look like it is something that it actually isn't
100%.
by an angle, by the way you post the picture, or by just the way you take the video.
Yeah.
We've spoken about this with Snapchat and certain stories.
Yeah.
Sometimes like you'll be at a really shit
TikTok.
party, and if you take a really good like story for Instagram, people will think like, oh, it's a really
this
great
party's
party.
fucking lit.
Yeah, exactly. But it's
Yeah.
a shitty party.
There's
you know?
one video actually that went viral recently. We first saw it was like these 3 girls in a bathing suit,
Mm-hmm,
and they were like doing their thing. And they're like, "Oh, this is how we look like," and then they all like went like loose. That's how you could say, and like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatever, and like you see it, man. But like, hey, you don't look bad, but that's the reality of it, man. It's true though.
A, you don't look bad.
You
2,
don't,
I
but you
liked
don't-
it. 3, I jerked it.
No, I didn't jerk it.
You
I
definitely jerked it, bro.
No, I would say if I jerked it to that video, I don't
Fuck
give a
off,
fuck.
bro.
I swear to God.
You didn't jerk it.
To that video, no.
I
You
did
didn't
it
swipe
pub-
and jerk?
No.
No swipe jerk?
No,
I was
no,
watching
it's not
a video
It's
of
not a
a-
jerkable video, man.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
You have minimal standards.
I was watching a video of a guy that posted his 12-year-old daughter's birthday. I jerked it to that one.
Oh, you're fucking.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
No, but I mean, this is something that I really like with little social media trends like this that actually express what reality is. You know,
A lot of
what I mean?
influencers do that now, like those
With
ones that
this
show their
meme,
ass.
It's the thing I stress. I stress a lot with my girlfriend. I bust her balls about it. She hates when I burp or when
When you sing, apparently,
when I
right?
sing. She hates when I sing. You know what's funny? My clients love when I sing. My clients personally say, Taylor, you actually have a good voice. I don't know if they're complimenting like just like that or whatever. She hates when I sing.
Is it because you're jealous of his beautiful,
It could
his
be
beautiful
that.
voice?
She hates it.
Have you heard it?
Yo, like it actually, I actually feel the resentment. You ever feel like hate from an individual? It's like a fucking like molten magma fire from hell, bro. It's like, it's horrid hate. It's like, why the fuck are you even singing to me?
I sing like
Yeah,
trash.
fuck yeah.
I sing like trash, and I fucking sing.
Leo's
all
the
the time.
ultimate
Wait,
singer.
you're telling me I Miss You from Blink 182 comes on, you're not gonna start singing?
Dude, there's no way that I'm gonna let Tom DeLonge finish his verse
Come on.
without me interrupting for the entire length of
Where
that verse.
are you?
Where are you?
And I'm so
my
sorry.
I cannot sleep. I
You're
cannot
a big,
dream
you're a
tonight.
big blinker, though. It's
Yeah,
true,
you
man.
are a
Good
big
for you.
blinker.
He's a big
Probably,
pop
I think I'm
punker.
gonna get one of my next tats gonna be a Blink. tat.
Good for you, man.
Yeah,
What a
yeah.
fucking
He's
song.
big in the pop
You know
punk
what? It
industry.
was for me and Blink. It started. I saw my sister. She's a true '90s baby. She's 90. She's 89. She's 89. So she grew up in the 90s.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
a true 90s. We're 90s.
We're, well, I'm 92. You're 92.
We're kids. You know,
Obviously,
we're kids
I'm
there.
older than you, fuck.
She's like approaching teens by early 2000s.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so like they're true 90s. They
yeah.
lived it, and it's like seeing her go through the punk rock phase, having her MP3 player, and all that was playing was
Yeah.
MCR, Sum 41, Blink 182, Avenged Sevenfold, all kinds.
That was
of
big, man. I always
big
wonder if
bands.
that
Freaking
like
love that shit,
I always
man.
wonder if that like era was like widespread around the world.
Fuck yeah.
It
Blink
is because
Blink
look at
international.
Machine Gun. Look at Machine
True.
Gun. What he just did.
It's true, yeah.
Look at what he just did with punk rock. He
Yeah.
brought it back.
He brought it back, yeah.
When Tom has a bit of he's into Angels, and Leo loves Angels.
I love Angels and Airways.
And
yeah.
I love Angels and Airways,
Me
but
too, man.
I love Blink 182.
Yeah.
And I love the guy who they brought in. He has some good tracks, but he's not Tom.
No, for sure.
He's not
A
him.
lot
for
but,
Blink.
but there is
Yeah.
a,
Yeah, no, it's
he's
ruined.
not
It's
him.
over. It's over.
there is a big like 90s resurgence now with a lot of things. Like
Yeah.
we were talking about this when you were here last week, actually. Pokemon cards, dude.
Fuck yeah.
They're always a thing, Pokemon cards, but I feel like every couple of years there's a very big like resurgence and there's a big like Pokemon wave that happens out of nowhere, and we're in the middle of one right now, and I think it's because certain YouTube stars have gone to open up packs and like it kind of creates a trend.
Yeah.
But like, dude, like shit's selling for like 300% more than what it actually sells for.
Yeah, go
something,
get that.
Yeah, something that was like $70 like 3-4 months ago is now at like $200. So a box of packs, you know what I mean?
Dude, you saw my face
But
when
why?
I saw your cards. When I saw your hollow, okay, they don't know your address, but he has a hollow Lugia. I think it's second base set 2. And you have a dark fucking
Dragonite.
He also has
Rocket.
a first gen match champ. It's
You
like
guys
one of,
understand that these cards are worth, if graded, thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
would-
peanuts.
I-
In
it's
this
not,
day and
it's
age, you
not.
get what you can.
Bro, my mom threw out all my Pokemon cards, man. She
I
fucking
always think about that.
sucks, man.
Mine got robbed at a park, bro, in Montreal North. In Montreal North, They
Someone
got all
racked
stolen.
you.
But we were just playing on those turtleback swings.
Yeah.
And all my cards got racked.
They robbed you like point blank
Yeah, point blank.
at gun
It's
at
Montreal
gunpoint.
North. Nah, no. It's
but
Montreal North. It's not that ghetto. 17 years there, but come on, not gunpoint.
But it's because you know what it is. Nobody knew really at that time like what the
Nah.
worth was gonna be. You just think
It
it's a fad.
doesn't matter.
No,
Those
I
are
know.
my cards.
No, I'm saying yeah.
Don't go into my room, into my closet, take out my beautiful blue binder,
That's
and
fucked.
throw it in the fucking garbage.
Apparently, binders are the worst thing to keep them in. By the way,
yeah. It's
Why?
because apparently
hard sleeve.
Yeah, apparently the rings in a binder, when you close the binder, have an effect on the cards on the extremities of the plastic holding,
I could see that.
and they kind of like they can bend them or they can do a lot of damage to them. So what you want to do is either have a binder with no ring binding, no rings, or have them all in hard sleeves.
That's nice.
And that's what I've been doing recently. Is I've been putting them all in hard sleeves and then an extra like plastic casing.
You spend like $2 on hard sleeves on
Yeah,
Amazon,
dude, you
and then
spend-
just put each
you
card
spend as much-
individually in a hard sleeve.
Yeah, you spend as much on the
fuck.
Pokemon cards
they're
as
like,
you
they're
do.
like fucking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you spend as much on the Pokemon cards as you do the fucking the sleeves for them. You know,
Yeah, but in the long run, it might be worth it.
for sure, dude. I was
Of
watching.
course,
it-
it's worth it. It preserves it.
Yeah,
100%.
I was watching the other day on Twitch. There was this guy who's a famous Twitcher. I forget what his name is, Carl Jacobs or something like that. And what he did with his partner, I guess, who he streams with, is he bought a box of first edition. So first edition means basically the first print of all these
set?
cards.
Which set?
Team Rocket.
Team Rocket first edition.
Yeah,
set?
first edition.
It's
Team
about
Rocket
it's about
booster box.
I think it's $30,000 or $40,000.
Dude, this guy paid 20. It was a little bit less. It was
Canadian?
20,000 American. So maybe
about.
So 20,000 American for a box of I think
It's about
maybe
what
about
Team
20,
Rocket runs for because I
20
watch a
or
lot of
30 packs.
Leonhardt. I watch a lot of Leonhardt on.
So what they did is they paid $20,000 for this box of unopened packs because a lot of times what happens now is people will pay a lot of money for the idea of maybe packing something good rather than the actual card itself.
Chance.
Yeah. And dude, what they did is throughout the entire stream while they were opening up these packs is they calculated what they would make if every card was graded at the highest level, which technically speaking, if it's just opened, it probably is. The lowest card, like even the shittiest card is like $100. And so what happened...
And this is Pokemon.
Okay. Yeah. And so what happened at the end is that they tallied everything together and every card that they opened totaled like $60,000.
Yeah,
dude.
but that's just telling them one by one, though.
Yeah, you have to find a buyer, obviously, but just to say, like, it's a bit crazy.
You guys know that Logan Paul did his pack openings, and he had more viewers than the Grammys.
Mm-hmm.
He opened a Pokemon box, base set 1, first edition. He bought 5 of them, so there's only X amount of them in the world printed. So he owns the majority. Wow, he pulled 3 first edition Charizards in one base set box. Each card is worth 100 and something. It's going up now. More than that, almost $500,000. My numbers are not correct, you guys. But it's a lot of money. It's enough to get you a house or 2.
And this guy had more viewers than the Grammys.
More viewers than the Grammys.
To be fair, the Grammys this year was trash.
It was shit. It was trash.
Was there any audience?
It's all scam. It's all scam. Grammys.
Who won the Grammys for music, right?
Yeah.
What's the
little baby that performed?
The Oscars.
Yeah, the Golden Globes.
The Golden Globes is the precursor.
No. Here, wait. So there's the Golden Globes, there's the Oscars, and there's the Academy Awards. Why is there 3 fucking names?
No, the Oscars is the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
So what's the Golden Globes?
The Academy
It's the precursor to the Oscars.
Okay. Because you win an Academy Award.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you win an Oscar.
No, you win an Oscar, but the Oscar is an Academy Award.
I like the MTV Music Awards.
That's where you get all like the fucking...
It's like the best chance to sing Blink-182 or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
No,
you remember MTV when you used to have the videos? And
of course, man.
Remember les top 5 Music Plus.
Oh, remember the hit list on YTV? We all know this.
Best.
We all know the hit list, man.
Bro, we used to get home from school and just watch that shit.
Yeah. Man.
Who was it that was on? No, it was on YTV. It was Sugar and Carlos.
She plays in Dave Get Wedding Dates.
Sugar.
I have a question for you guys. Have you guys watched a DVD series recently?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you mean?
I have the OC. Shout out everyone who likes
California.
I have the OC too, bro. Don't be ashamed.
I have them all on DVD.
Me too.
And I was trying to explain. I was trying to explain to my girlfriend and family that there was something super nostalgic about switching the disc.
Of course.
Each time, because now you have Netflix. Now you have like music stream, like video streaming, whatever. But there was something like episode thing with the remote, and like you switch it and you put the disc in, and it's like. I don't know, man. It's like you feel like
I love it, man. I love it. I have I have the whole box set of Friends, and they're like thick as fuck.
That's gay as fuck, though. I don't like that.
Why not?
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. I was like, bro, that's your
Friends
loss.
is awesome. I never got into Friends.
That's your loss in the
end. You're a Seinfeld guy, I would imagine.
Not even.
No, not even.
No,
okay.
no. I got into. I'm more of a. I would say I'm more of a Vikings kind of guy. I'm more of a Game of Thrones kind of guy.
Yeah, but so am I. I still like Friends.
You never watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah, he's a loser. He didn't watch Game of Thrones.
How do you like Marvel and DC and you do not get into
I'm a big comic head, though.
But Game of Thrones is like medieval.
He always busts my balls to like watch things and like, oh, you're gonna like it, or you take so long to fucking watch it. Like, this guy hasn't watched Game of Thrones. He hasn't even watched it yet.
But what the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
They make you love a character and then they destroy you.
But
they just destroy you.
They know how to just take it away from you. It's fucking bad.
They rip your heart out.
You know what it is with Game of Thrones, and I've always said this, is that I feel like I know everything that happens.
They ruined it. They ruined the ending.
No, because everybody, like, as we're watching it, this is 6 years of accumulation, man.
They ruined
I'll
the
spit
ending.
it off for him when we're chilling. You would forget, though, man.
I feel like I know everything that happens.
No, the first 4 seasons are insane. You see the rise of the King of the North, the sun, and then he gets slaughtered, bro.
What do you know about Game of Thrones? Top of your head.
I mean, I don't want to spoil it for all the people who haven't watched Game of Thrones yet.
Okay, it's like 7.
You know they're coming out with a prequel to Game of Thrones.
Really?
Yeah.
I watched the entire last season.
Oh, okay.
Without watching any of the
saw how they
actual show.
ruined it. He killed Daenerys.
He watched the worst season.
Yeah,
man.
it was the worst.
Pretty
season,
fucking much.
They ruined it. They just rushed it.
But back to your thing of like nostalgia, I think that's what it comes down to really is the nostalgia factor. of opening the packs, of
I enjoy like reading the
I
you know,
bought
the
packs
descriptions of each episode. For example, the pictures, like every fucking DVD.
I don't like
Friends,
that.
for example,
I
is
don't
like different
that.
colors. It's fucking mental, man.
Well, look, it's why I collect records for the most part. The main reason I collect records is because one, I love music, but two, also because I love the artwork on the records.
Super
but
important.
it's fun to be able to like kind of you're not skipping from song to song. Like you put a side of a record on and you have to listen to the entire thing unless you want to switch the side. You know what I mean? Like you listen to the whole thing front to back. And I feel like when that was the case, that really incentivized artists to kind of up their game in terms of what they were releasing as music. Because if you know that somebody has to listen to the entire side of your record front to back without skipping, well, then you're going to be more inclined to release better music and better quality.
Wouldn't it be the opposite? If people can skip your music, don't you want every song to be a banger so they don't skip it?
No, because you're not as worried about one song not being
but-
great, because if you can skip to the next one that is great.
You know what's awesome? What we're noticing now is that there's a lot of artists doing like Tiny Desk. There's a lot of artists.
Tiny Desk is
Okay,
amazing.
There's artists doing like visuals to their songs. So
Yeah,
it's
that's fucking chill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking smart. Think about it. You
Mhm.
release an EP, you do a video for each song, you release it exclusively Spotify, Vimeo, YouTube. You license it to them, and there's a visual. Like there's Justin Bieber Tiny Desk. No lie, bro. We watch it every morning. It's insane the way you get into
Tiny Desk is
the
actually
you
really
actually
sick.
feel involved in the track. It's
Dude,
like
Tiny
there's a
Desk is
visual.
amazing.
Yeah,
If anybody hasn't
they kill
watched
it.
Tiny Desk, watching this, watch it. It's called
watch Tiny Desk. Yeah.
NPR Tiny Desk. It has a lot of artists who you would probably know.
If you're cooking or if you're chilling
Yeah, yeah.
and you want to just like, or if you're smoking a J and you're just hanging out.
Yeah,
whatever.
they do live
JJ.
renditions of their music. It's fucking it's
Super
actually
cool.
That's why it's like I said, like I love music. I love listening to music. I love playing music,
Yep.
and so the records kind of tie into that whole aspect of it. But also because, like I said, the artwork on albums I think is very underrated in general. Like people like obviously what you post as an album cover,
Yeah.
but when you have it blown up and on a very large
That-
scale,
that's
it's
bougie.
kind of like its own artwork.
No, it's
I
nice,
don't want
man.
to say it's bougie. Like I'm not saying bougie in a bad way. I'm saying bougie like it's like if I come over and you show me a record from Prince, okay,
Yeah.
and you pull out that record, I'm like, oh shit,
Well, we were listening to that last week actually.
Yeah.
Like,
fucking fancy.
and we were listening to something last week, and he's like, "Who
Same
is this?"
energy, right?
Yeah.
You flow
Like
with
that,
energy.
like this
I
fucking-
guess
like,
Prince
this is
and,
amazing.
and you guys are listening to Prince.
Yeah.
But like, yo, like if you pull out a record and I came over and I had a drink, I'm like, oh shit. Like,
nice.
I'm listening to Prince right now on a record. Like,
Dude,
that's not like I'm listening on Apple Music. Like it's another level.
It
No?
is another
It's
level.
more authentic. It's
It's
more
vintage,
real.
man.
It's
It's
vintage.
vintage.
It's
It's
vintage.
vintage as
Dude, you
fuck.
know how much of a
Vintage.
flex pulling out a record is on a date,
Bro, a girl would just right.
You know how much of a flex it is, dude.
100%.
You make-
she doesn't
dude-
even know what a record is.
Dude, you make supper.
Because she's so young.
Dude, you,
Knowing you guys.
Knowing you guys, it's like a straight shot. There
Well,
was
it's
no
shots. You
joke
know
on
why
that
it's
one.
shots? Because I've only ever dated one older girl in my life. She's the girl I've been with for 4 years. So
Oh, you're older.
the only she's older. Yeah.
shout out to Taylor's
You
girl.
better respect your
Shout
elders.
out to
Taylor.
Alicia Pagano. Every other girl I ever been in a relationship or a fling with was always younger. Yeah.
Same. To be honest,
Or
I think
same
I've only
age.
ever been with one older woman.
Yeah, I never resonated with older until I met her at university.
I don't think it's that I resonate with them. I think it's just they don't resonate with me. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like
I think it's that maturity thing people say like with women and men, and it's like
The girls are
I
much more
think
mature than
Women
guys
are a
are.
bit more advanced.
Yeah.
Oh, I think girls mature faster than guys.
I think
they
guys
have
like
to, though.
I think guys like to fuck around for longer. You know, like we like to have fun for a longer.
I feel like
amount of
guys
time.
have to like to have their youth for longer.
Look,
Yes.
put it this way, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Put it this way. Every single guy who's into Pokemon cards now, okay,
I just
go
bought a
ask
bunch.
their girlfriend what they think of this new fad. And every girl is like, I don't understand what the fuck my boyfriend's doing. Every time I try to talk to him, he's looking at Pokemon cards.
Okay, but you know what?
Because we're kids, dude. We're fucking idiots.
I say I feel blessed because when I was telling her I was buying Pokemon cards 6 months ago when quarantine started and when it was getting heavy, and I'm like, you know, I think I'm gonna collect it. And she's like, you know what, babe, go get those Pokemon cards. And it's like,
Support.
fuck,
at
find you
least.
somebody who's gonna fucking say, go buy some Pokemon cards. Realistically, it didn't work out, so don't buy the Pokemon cards. Unless you really have a lot of funds. Unless you can get some first editions, but the new boxes, it's too risky.
She's trying to get the down payment on the house. She's
Yeah.
like, go get those cards. Let's see if you pack
Go
a
get those
Charizard.
cards. Go get disappointed. And it's like you're opening. And you're like, oh.
Go get disappointed.
Go get that fucking
It
Charizard
is.
right now.
You know what it is? It's a nostalgic feeling of disappointment.
At
fucking
least,
horrible.
At least you feel good about being disappointed.
There's a smell. There's a smell of.
Oh, it smells amazing,
Oh,
man.
dude,
For
those cards
sure,
fucking
for sure.
insane.
Bro, as soon as you open that pack and you just think,
You remember when you used to go to the video store and you'd
fuck
beg your
yeah.
mom to get you a pack out of that like clear.
yeah, and then she would tell me,
rectangle
no,
thing?
it's Snap.
It was a
it was
rectangle
Snap.
thing you turn. You know.
Yeah.
Like, I miss those days.
I miss those days, man. Now I'm like 28.
Video stores. You guys watch the Blockbuster?
Yes, I did
Yeah,
watch it.
yeah.
We spoke about it on the
Okay.
with Sag and shit. Amazing.
Yeah,
It's on the nostalgia is beautiful, man.
No,
It's
it's
just-
such a different feeling.
Yes, but it's very depressing to be honest because
It
you
is
always go
depressing.
back and you're like, fuck.
That's
man.
living in the present, living in nostalgia. Yeah, living there when it's like, nah, that's not real. It's like
true.
it used to be.
But at
good.
least you get to experience that, man. So it's a good thing.
Imagine the dopamine release when you're Logan Paul opening a first edition Pokemon base set and you're opening 3 Charizard.
Dude,
first edition.
dopamine release. I'm fainting. Dude.
Dopamine
Yeah.
release.
I'm fainting.
Well, that's why half these artists or musicians are all on meds because they can't get that same effect of when you go into a concert and you have 100,000 people. Oh, you're the best. It's like you can't get that in real life.
No.
That's not realistic.
Well, it's like anything really. Like people who chase celebrity, people who chase fame and stuff. It's
Nah,
because
it
you're
doesn't
looking for
last. Doesn't last.
Well, that's it. You're looking for the dopamine release of the idea.
That's
that
all it
people
is. Is
are-
dopamine. It's
Yeah.
a chemical reaction in the brain.
Is that people are following
That's it.
you, people are supporting you, people want to see what
Yeah.
you're doing. And look, I'll be honest with you, like we don't have thousands and thousands of viewers for this, but the times that we do get the message or someone saying that you guys are great, I love your show. It's like it
but
feels
you,
good. It
you
feels
get
nice.
those messages. You get those messages, and I know you guys got them. Like I've gotten them. You get every now and then a message saying, "Yo, you know what? You've helped me take this, and that. You helped me get to this hour or this day, and yo, bro, like quarantine was really affected me, and this, and that." I've messaged you guys like,
Yeah.
"Yo, you guys like you're really cool."
It's
What
nice,
you guys-"
man. It's nice to get those messages.
That itself, reading that messages, releases that dopamine.
Yeah.
It
Well, you
makes
feel good,
Yeah,
obviously.
but that's the feel good.
Imagine
thing.
being pissed about that. Oh, it's
Oh
fucking
wow,
asshole.
this guy's telling me I changed his life for the better. Oh, bitter me. You're like, fuck
No,
off.
that doesn't
you know?
happen. Obviously,
Nah, not at all.
No, that doesn't happen.
We also get the people who are like very sensitive and they're like, oh, you guys should be canceled because of like the stupid shit that we say. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we should have been canceled like 45 million times.
We should have
by
been
now.
canceled at episode 2 on this fucking podcast.
Episode 1, honestly,
Yeah.
probably. Fuck.
Jesus
Jesus Christ. It's okay. I have fun. We have
That's the
fun
most
here.
controversial thing we could say right now.
No, you can literally say
Yeah.
whatever you want.
I
but
don't
in
know if we
reality-
should get into that.
Nah,
How do
like-
you identify as yourself right now? Are you a male or you're a female?
Nah.
Are you a mix of both? Do you have a penis or is it in your asshole? Is it out of your nipples or is it under your armpit? I don't know. I don't know. But if I listen to most people, it goes based on DN fucking A.
Yeah.
I applied to Canada Post for a carrier job because of good benefits and shit. And it asked me my fucking what I identify as.
What you identify as.
Yeah, but you're
Male,
or
female, bisexual.
Oh, they went deep. Like
they
that.
went deep, bro. I'm
Attack helicopter.
like,
like
bro, I'm just thinking male and female. I'm like, what the fuck am
Usually
I
it's
thinking about?
Floridian
usually-
crocodile.
And I'm not dissing anybody, and I'm saying this clear. I'm not dissing anybody who identifies as anything else. I'm just saying, DNA-wise, you are what you are. You can identify
Yeah,
what you
I
want.
think so. I think
no
so too.
problem. No
Yeah.
problem.
Usually it's like male, female, other at least. Like you don't have to go all
Other,
deep.
yeah. But they gave the other, I think.
Yeah.
They gave the
Yeah,
other.
okay. Anyways, point is
I don't
that
want to get shat on.
is
I'm
that
going to
they,
get shat on for that.
and how do you feel about this? Because you're an athlete. I'm sure you.
I'm
Anyways,
an
whatever.
athlete. Am I?
Yeah, you play soccer
Yeah,
and shit.
I used to, yeah.
Yeah, you used to.
No?
Okay, how do you feel about banning
Yeah.
transgenders from like?
I
from,
think
from,
it's controversy, but
From what?
Joe Rogan spoke about
well,
it.
for example, like they're banning transgenders from like being
guys,
like girl sports. Like if you were a man and you're now a female, you can't participate
There's
in
only
female
one
activities.
female that I know that can take most guys that I know. Shout out Kayla Branco. She can take out most guys I know. But realistically, if you look at male versus female, any male physical strength,
Yeah.
testosterone based,
Yeah.
muscle dimension versus female can take any woman. So if you go and start playing, the biggest example is what's his name, Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys get canceled on your own here. I'm gonna go pee.
Yeah, go. But basically, he was one of the best male athletes in the States. You know
Yeah,
what I
he
mean?
won a gold in Montreal.
Yeah, he won a gold
in
medal.
76.
You know what I mean? And then he goes and identifies as female. But imagine if he was still in his youth and competing against.
But that's what I'm saying. Now this is like at a
Gets
national
touchy,
level,
gets
and this
touchy.
is
No,
and
no,
this
no,
is.
I don't feel national. Even UFC now they're saying, but you're gonna put a woman in there with these guys?
No, but that's
Fuck off,
that's my
bro.
point. I don't agree with it. I
No
think
fucking way.
what they're doing is great.
I
You
wouldn't go
can't-
in there
No.
right now. No way.
No.
You give me $1 million, I wouldn't go in there against Conor McGregor prime.
Yeah, but if the girls
way.
want to, that's my argument, man. So these people obviously, there's a ban. They're in certain states they're banning transgenders from competing in certain sports, for example. So let's say track and field. Let's just say
I
top of
think
my head.
professional sports, anything that's identified by, I don't know, I'm not sure the organization, don't quote me on it, USDA or whatever, like the US organization of sports, whatever they feel can qualify for Olympics, for professional sports.
Yeah,
I personally, I don't feel
yeah. I'm
if
just
you
saying.
identify as a different gender, it makes you have another level because of testosterone, because of hormones.
I agree,
and
man.
not counting if you're taking any other substances that you're masking with other substances.
I agree.
First of all, we see that with the Mr. Olympia. We see that with professional bodybuilding. Guys can compete in a natural competition and be on steroids 100%, or be on SARMs, what they call now.
I agree, man. I don't think it should be a thing. Like you said, man, it's just natural.
It's a touchy subject because
It's very touchy, and people get offended by it. I'm not bringing it up to be an asshole, but it's just because like it takes away from for me, anyways. It takes away from like the accomplishment of it, man. So it's like it's only like an accomplishment if you're a girl, man, and you're doing track and field, or if you're doing wrestling and you fucking beat a guy. Beautiful, man. You must feel on top of the world. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like it's not actually fair because for the most part, the guy is gonna destroy you. You know what I mean?
It just goes based on fucking genetics. It just goes.
It's science.
It's science, man.
Science.
And I'm not even a scientist or anything on that level. I've never even done a science course in my life. But it's just it goes based on me and my girlfriend right now. Let's arm wrestle, babe. Okay, boom. Right away, your arm goes down. Yeah. It's fucking. Yeah. But then you have certain cases where certain women are stronger than others.
Because I read a post, and when I read these posts like on Instagram and stuff, I always look at the comments all the time. And for the most part,
comment looker, huh?
Yeah, I'm a comment looker.
I don't look at comments.
And people were like, oh my god, people were really for it, man. And they like, what, good, it should be that way.
It should be for them to compete in sports.
It should be separate.
Well, look, I think it just comes down to if you look at like a bell curve in terms of like strength in terms men versus women.
Bell curve, I like that.
At the extremes, you have a very high gap between like I guess physicality. In the middle, at the extremes, you have a lower gap because you'll have women who are stronger than men who are stronger than women. But in the middle,
it's unfair.
Which is the generalization, or the general public rather, you have much higher of a gap in terms of strength levels, and it's just normal.
But bro, look at.
But now it's
girls.
serious because they're actually banning it. Like now it's for real.
Well, look at these girls who are identifying as men and then going to compete, or like vice versa. It's like, it's mostly men identifying as female and going to compete in female.
Yeah, that's the issue. If you're a
a male, how do you feel satisfaction destroying these women?
But that's my point. If you're like a fucking amazing runner and you're a man by science, obviously, and you're gonna go track and field or wrestle chicks, like, bro, what the fuck, man? Like it's not normal.
It's like saying Brock Lesnar go wrestle Trish Stratus and go see who wins.
It's not even that. It's like Usain Bolt putting a wig on and being, I'm a chick right now and I'm gonna rip every chick that I ever fucking imagine. But then again,
this day and age, if Usain Bolt came to you and said, I identify as this female with blonde hair, you're supposed to be subordinate and say, yes, I
support you. I'll
respect it. I'm not saying that you have to identify as that.
I know. Choice. But I'm saying go do what you have to do. But at the end of the day,
I think
you cannot run in a female sport. Listen.
It's tough. It's tough. Those leg sizes are.
Okay, I want to fucking inhale helium.
Let's go. We're gonna get into the segment at the end of this podcast right now. It's called. Tell them.
No, I have to do it in the voice.
Oh, we're gonna do it in the voice. All right. Let's get a scissor. Where's the scissor, boys?
Scissors.
Where's the scissors?
And don't let it on the floor.
Oh, it's over here.
And don't let it fly away this time, eh?
All right. So we have a couple of balloons given to us by @BalloonBabeMTL.
Look at this beautiful balloon, by the way. Oh my god!
I did the thing before it was too late.
And what we're going to do is we're going to inhale some helium. Give us a little bit of a helium challenge as we do the really right fuck. Tell them. Scream. I want you to say before.
No, I want to do it in that.
Okay, fine. Fuck. Ooh, let's see if we can.
Really right fuck.
There you go.
Remember when circumcision? When
Where is it?
Just hold it.
Are you guys circumcised?
Nope.
No. Fuck. We have a segment on the podcast tonight where we are going to be answering questions from you fine folk. And just...
Really right fuck. Jesus Christ.
Wow. That was amazing. Do it again.
Really right, fuck.
You're cracking
that
the whole
was the
fucking
best
balloon.
one, bro.
Jesus Christ, you destroyed the entire
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, it's still going.
I enjoyed it.
Hey, what's up?
All right, we have
Holy fuck.
We have the first question from really right fuck comes from actually one of our good listeners. What is your take on tattooed women and introducing them to your parents?
Okay, this is easy for me. This guy's like fucking sucking.
I didn't. You finished the entire fucking balloon.
First of all, you cut a massive hole.
Yo, you just made out with that balloon.
Bro, my lungs are made of steel. Okay, first of all, that balloon was cut too.
You are single, right?
Too thick, right? Okay, how do I feel? I mean, look, tattoos are not bad anymore. Listen, they're very. How can I say this? Not understood, but like accepted. Yeah, very accepted.
They're less taboo.
They're less taboo. I wouldn't, but this is personal style too. I don't like a girl fully tatted. If you have a little bit of tattoos here and there that are discreet, I don't mind. I wouldn't personally bring a girl if her neck is covered in shit. I don't care about what my parents think. My dad would be like, "What the fuck is an old school Italian?" immigrant parents, whatever. But for the most part, I don't think it's bad. If you like it, well, that's what it is, man.
Yeah.
If you're into that style.
Personally, I feel tattooed women is more of a fantasy kind of thing, like a
Yeah.
Pornhub kind of thing. Like you go check out the girl with the tats, or you know what I mean, like you.
Because they fuck good for the most part, you know.
Or like your tattoo artist is fully tatted, and you respect her for the artwork.
Yeah.
It depends, but personally, I've never been with a girl who has a lot of tattoos.
Yeah, yeah. Like there's some girls that are like covered head to toe, like neck and everything.
Yeah, but
like,
that's
all the way.
fine.
It's fine. I just don't personally find that like not that you're not. You're still hot, but it's not my style.
Yeah, it's like they're
You
more
know?
tan than me. It's like
Yeah.
weird.
Fucking
Yeah.
guy, eh? How do you feel, Joshy?
I agree. Honestly, I think like it comes down to personal decision. Like if, for me personally, I don't mind tattoos on girls. I don't like when they're completely covered. And I know there are
Completely.
guys who do. I know there are guys who do enjoy that. I think there are guys who like that aspect of it. In terms of introducing to your parents, I don't think really anybody you introduce to your parents should really care, because if you've gotten to the level where
Yeah,
you've
of course.
decided to introduce them to your parents,
Yeah.
then I think that you've decided that you are okay with every single aspect of this person,
Yeah.
and then in turn your parents should probably be okay with every single aspect of this person,
Yeah,
because
but
you've decided you are.
Yeah, for sure. In a perfect world, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, your parents might judge just because that's not how, you know, they weren't brought up that way, man. It's a whole different fucking ballgame.
It's a whole different gen, man.
It's a whole different generation.
I don't even
They-
compare anymore, because it's like I look at the things sometimes my parents say to me. It's like, even my mom was just a couple months ago saying milk is good for your bones and your teeth. It's like, no, it's like milk is not good for your bones.
Is it really? It's not.
It's
It
not- hormones
has
is
no
horrible
relation
for-
to
Oh,
your
yeah, really?
bones and
It
teeth.
actually gives you
Okay,
osteoporosis.
you
Is that a thing?
Don't tell me you didn't know this.
I didn't know that. I always thought this is why I weighed a little bit more, because my bones were bigger because I like milk.
No, because milk is controlled by
You
Quebec.
guys-
They shove commercials on your fucking throat.
It was happened in the 80s, propaganda, and then companies, you know, big companies with
Yeah.
dairy and trying to
Okay,
force
bon.
people to have this U.S. Diet. You know what I mean? Look at the Canadian diet that just got released. They changed the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, it's on the same pyramid.
They just changed it. The dairy's not in there.
Was it a parallelogram now?
Yeah, it's like a fucking.
It's a rhombus.
It's like a circle.
No, but it's kind of fucked up how they manipulate different generations to thinking what's good for their health, and then you end up with people with diabetes and
Yeah.
cancer, and then
Yeah.
heart attack.
But you know what? For the most part, man, back to the tattoos and shit, like it doesn't actually matter.
No.
Doesn't make you a shit person if you drink milk. Doesn't make you a shit person if you have
I
tattoos.
drink milk.
Oh yeah.
I
whatever.
drink milk.
I'm
I
just
just
saying,
know
though.
it's not good for your bones and your teeth.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know, listen,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, man, if you want to be fucking tatted head to toe, there's nothing wrong with that. If your boyfriend or girlfriend's parents are gonna judge you for that, well then they're not the one
Fuck
for you. You
them.
know what I mean? Fuck them. They're not the
them.
one for
It's
you.
about,
You'll find
it's
somebody.
about you on the inside, man.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
The exterior is just the vessel. That's all
Yeah.
it is.
There's another question in really right fuck.
Yeah, really fucking
Uh,
right.
Gotta be some good ones.
That's similar to this, but actually also different, but ties in. It's what's your biggest turnoff in a girl?
What is my biggest turnoff in a girl?
Yeah. Biggest turnoff. I can tell you exactly what mine is right now.
Okay, go first.
If I go on a date with you and you don't understand my humor,
Okay.
okay? If I'm trying to have a conversation with you and I'm saying jokes and you're not, I'm not expecting you to laugh at everything I say, because a lot of the things I say are stupid, but I expect you to understand like where it is it's coming from. So if you don't understand what it is I'm saying, or like let's say you know when you ever say a joke and it's like, I get it. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Like that's the
Okay, so
biggest
that's what you mean
turn-off
by
for me.
turn off, not anything like physical
Well,
or
it could be
whatever.
physical, it could be mental, it could be anything.
Ugly girls just turn me off, you know? Like Jesus Christ.
if
No,
you're
I'm
fucking
kidding, I'm
gross,
kidding.
like don't fucking come near
No,
me.
I don't know, man. I would say that too. If we can't vibe like on not only sense of humor, just in
Vibes.
general, it's a turn off, man. I'm
Yeah.
not down.
There comes a point where your physical doesn't match the vibes, man. It's like
Oh, it could be
it
hot
could be
as
fucking
fuck,
hot,
man.
and it's like there's nothing. There's no substance.
There's no substance to
There's
you.
just
exactly.
a vessel there, and it's good
And
to
there's
look at.
What if
but
I were to say, what's your biggest physical turn off in a girl? I'll tell you right.
Physical-
It could be an add-on. Like I don't like girls that have like the big stretchers or like the big
Okay,
fucking.
yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? Like that's a
really
a
like- looking deep
altering
into
their
this.
appearance,
Yeah.
like anything that alters their.
yeah, exactly. I don't, but like whatever. Like even to be honest with you, we're talking about tattoos. Like it's not a really big turn on for me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But I mean, in all honesty, for me, it's like self-confidence, like conversational ability, like if you can understand my sense of humor and stuff. If I'm trying to talk to you and all I'm doing is carrying the conversation,
Not down.
I'm not really down. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah, there's got to be a balance.
yeah, exactly. I don't really care, and I think it's the same thing for girls. Like I think more so for girls, because girls don't. We've already spoken about this. Don't necessarily care as much as guys about the
Looks.
the looks.
They care more about personality.
It's a thing. It's there obviously, but like if the vibe isn't there, then girls aren't necessarily as down. You know what I mean? So I've gotten all my girlfriends. I look like dog shit. I could speak my way out of a.
But your personality is
I
fantastic.
could speak my way out of an ugly face.
Yeah, if you're a good talker, I've seen it happen. It's you can get your way
I've
out of
seen it
anything.
happen.
No, I'm not talking about me personally. I'm talking about things I've seen, and you can speak your way out of anything. If
could.
you're really good at speaking, you know how to socially twist it here.
Well, look, you know,
He's a manipulator, Josh. That's why.
look on
That's what it's called, master manipulator.
Well, look on Instagram. There's a lot of people who are famous, not for any other reason other than the fact that like they speak well.
Yeah.
And if you can articulate
most
your
people
thoughts
who are
well,
very popular are very manipulated.
yeah. If you can articulate your thoughts well, then a lot of people will follow you and a lot of people will listen to you because you sound like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I
Fake
mean?
it. Fake it. What is it? Fake it till you
Fake it
make
till you
it.
make it. What do you think I
could
use big
tell-
words on this?
You could tell energy right away when somebody speaks. It's like, wait, are they bullshitting or is like, yeah, actually?
Yeah.
I had an insurance guy come to my work the other day and like sold me insurance. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. I could
don't
see.
know what the fuck.
I could
My
know.
buddy
It's not
Jacob
even
does
that, bro. I
insurance.
could
Want?
see right through you.
So, using this question now and kind of relaying it back to what we were talking about before.
Biggest turn off for me if a girl has like no style, man. That kind of turns me off too.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say for me, like I was saying, like the biggest thing is like someone with a lot of like stretchers and things
Yeah.
like that. Let's say you have a kid now, okay, and we're bringing it back to we're meeting your parents and stuff. If you have a kid and they bring a guy, let's say, and they bring a girl back to the house to meet you as their new girlfriend, and she has most of the things that you as an individual find a turn off in girls, what would your reaction be? So, like, let's say you don't like tattoos on a girl.
Yeah.
Your son brings home a girl with a lot of tattoos.
Yeah.
What would your reaction be? Because what I'm trying to say before about like meeting the parents.
What
is
age?
that,
What age is the kid?
oh, whatever. Like at my age, let's say like 25 or something. 26.
Okay.
An age where they can realistically make.
Definitely
their own
not
decisions.
25, but yeah.
I'm 25. I'm nowhere near 30. Absolutely
Aren't
not.
you like 29,
I-
28?
This summer's my last summer in my 20s. That
No
I'm
way.
freaking out.
You're gonna be 30?
I'm gonna be 30 next summer. Dude.
No, 29 this year.
I'm freaking
Wow.
out.
And all you have is a successful podcast, and you work really well. Wow, good for you.
I would have to understand that it's not about me.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It isn't, but that's what it is when you have a kid.
Don't make me choke.
It's the truth, man.
Bro, you made me laugh on that one.
Why? I'm being honest.
It is not about you, huh, Justin?
No, it's not about me, man. For
If
my
you have
kid,
kids.
he's asking me the question if your son or daughter brings home a guy or girl that you don't necessarily
Yeah,
like.
but what
in
if
their
your
style.
son is a piece of shit and he manipulates the shit out of you and he's using you and he just
Well,
you're fed up?
It's a different story. Let's say you have a nice kid, whatever you
Okay,
like. Let's say you
decent.
like your son,
He's
but
a
they're
well-off
dating-
kid.
Yeah, they're dating somebody and they bring somebody home who you don't necessarily agree with. What's your reaction?
And at the age of 25?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you want me to do at 25?
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was getting tatted at 16.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For a tattoo that I want to remove now. You know? And
Well,
it's
that's
like,
it.
I don't
You
know.
make dumb choices at young ages, and it's
I don't know. I would probably have a. Even talk to your kid about it. Even bring it up. Be like, I don't like this about your girlfriend. Jesus
it's
I don't
not
Christ.
like
about you. It's not
I don't
about
think so. That's what
I'm
you
saying. It's not
in
about
the
you.
end, right?
That's
It's
what
about
I'm
the
saying.
kid. It's
Yeah.
not-
Now
he's
change-
25.
Yeah. Well, now change it. Let's say they're not 25, they're 15.
And then it's a different story.
That's a fucking different story.
Like,
Why
you're-
is it a different
Because
story?
now you're in my house.
Influence
And
now.
under my
Yeah.
rules.
Until 18, you're my rules, man.
Yeah.
Like my parents would say, my
It
rules.
depends, man. At the end of the day, you're like looking out for your kid, man. So
Yeah.
if you know that his fucking girlfriend is just a bitch or like whatever, it's like, listen, man. Like,
Well, imagine our parents were really honest with us about what they thought about our early girlfriends. Like
well, for
when
the
you
most part,
first brought them home.
like I had two
Like the
girlfriends,
full
man. They like
honesty.
them both. I look from what I know,
Oh, yeah?
they like them both. Yeah, of course, man. I'm not
But
a
you
guy.
weren't always in long-term relationships?
No, I had one regular and I had one long term. Yeah, but one was
It's like a Dumo regular versus a Dumo king size.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was.
Easy.
My stance on this is, if you're 15 years old, then realistically, like, you're learning your way through life, right? Like, you're kind of making your own mistakes and stuff. And I don't think that, yes, obviously it's the parents' place to kind of like teach you what it is that you should be doing. But I don't think that it's the parents' place to fully and totally steer you away from those mistakes if
Yeah.
the long-term effects of those mistakes aren't horrible. So example being, you bring home a girl who, as a parent, like at 15 years old, these relationships necessarily don't always last.
No.
Don't really last for the most part.
No.
So if you
15,
bring,
no.
yeah, if you bring home somebody at 15 years old who I don't agree with, is it worth the conversation with you where you get angry at me and I get angry at you about the fact that this girl maybe isn't good for you? Or is it like, okay, you know what, I'll let you go through this relationship and learn the lesson that
Yeah,
you
but
have to
what
learn?
if you're like going
but-
off the wrong path after with this person? That's the
That's a
fucking
different- that's a
problem.
different
Guys,
conversation.
there
Yeah.
comes a fine line. You have a kid and you love this thing as more than you love yourself and probably your partner, right? That's usually what happens.
Yeah, you love your kid,
You
man.
love your
Yeah.
kid. That's what destroys a lot of relationships is the mother or father loves the kid more than they love. That's what happens. You want to protect them, right?
Sure, never thought about
so
that.
you're seeing this kid go through this dilemma, and you're like, man, I know you're gonna get heartbroken. I don't want you to go through that heartbreak.
Yeah, but they have to learn.
It's not my position to tell you.
That's it.
So
That's
you're in a battle.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, you also have to
So
understand
you
that
gotta-
heartbreak, it'll build your
It
kids
builds
some
character, but
man.
it also destroys people and
It
makes them
destroys
go
you,
to
but
bad
it-
paths and then makes them take a life.
Yeah,
right?
but that's
There's
when
a
you have
double
to.
side of it.
You can't prevent heartbreak and like
But
bad
high school, I
experiences.
feel like high school heartbreak is like that stigma thing that like destroys some people.
Listen, I've
Of
been
course,
I've-
it destroys you,
Well,
man.
look, it's not only in high school. I've been through heartbreak in my 20s, dude. Everybody goes through heartbreak all the time in their life until
I've been
you
through
don't
heartbreak.
anymore.
But now you have to know that, like, listen. So if your kid's gonna go through heartbreak, say, listen, okay, well, right now, like, let him do his thing. You know,
Yeah.
when the time actually comes, if he's going down the wrong path or if he gets heartbreak, then you adjust like accordingly. Then you take control at that time. But there's no point of, bro. First of all, you don't even give a fuck what your mom or dad thinks about your girlfriend. You're gonna go do it anyways.
Yeah.
It literally means
That's
nothing.
the thing. The
They're
more
just
as a
they are, they're
parent you
annoying.
understand that the more you try to steer them away,
The more you nag, the less
and
it
the more
works.
you say, okay, go for it, the more they're gonna lay off.
Yeah.
Like that's usually what it goes. That's like the thing. It's like, okay, you tell your kid don't go date that person with the tattoos, they're gonna date the person with the
Yeah,
tattoos.
exactly.
It's
So
like
you
that
know what?
basic
You just,
stigma.
Yeah, well, that's it. As a parent, you have to kind of understand that. And that's what I mean. I
But
think at a
that's when you
certain
can play
point-
with it, right?
We're also not parents, so we don't even know. Like we have
Yeah.
no idea
We're
what's
like
coming. You know what I
projecting
mean?
into the future.
I don't have any kids that I know of, so.
Yeah, exactly.
That you know of.
No, I mean, I have some maybe in like Venezuela.
Give you a
and
little
shit.
snippet of your testicles if you
Yo,
want.
we haven't had any accents from you this podcast. It's kind of fucked
I
up.
did one before.
Oh yeah?
What did, my dad.
Yeah,
What
No,
did
I
I say?
didn't.
yeah, with the Facebook.
De Facebook. De Facebook.
I need some more.
Guys, we're gonna wrap this one up today because Easter Sunday and all. Jesus,
I have
you
to
know
go
what I mean?
eat
Like,
some like rabbit. I think we eat
Yeah.
rabbit on Easter.
Yum.
Which one's the day you don't eat meat? It's Friday.
Good Friday. Oh man, I ate honestly, it was a good Friday.
I ate a full chicken.
It was a really good Friday.
It was a good
I
Saturday.
You had a full chicken.
I did whatever. I don't
I
know.
had mussels and
Yeah.
octopus, but my mom calls octopus. It gets me so fucking nervous. But like, not like, oh, like
Octopus?
you're so annoying. Like, bro, it literally physically gets me upset. Like, it literally gets me so upset. So, mom, if you're watching, just pronounce it properly.
Yeah, I
Jesus
know, like,
Christ.
Are you
Fix your
guys
shit.
gonna do the guess the hour thing before?
Of course,
Yeah.
he's down.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck.
Taylor's waiting. Dude.
I'm like,
All
wait,
right.
it's
Someone get the
over. It
fucking
just,
hour.
you guys, it just started, and I'm like,
Yeah, pass this fast,
All right,
man.
what do you think we're at? I haven't
I'm
seen
like, we're
it. I
only
haven't
halfway
seen it.
through the bottle. It's like, come
I
on.
have no idea where we're at. I'm gonna go with like I'm gonna go an hour 49.
Yeah, I'm around there, about an hour.
Everyone always copies me,
I'm
bro.
an
Say your
hour.
own fucking time.
Fuck off. I would say an hour 30.
You're wrong off the bat.
You want to say that in the mic instead of 3?
An hour 30.
He's like an hour.
An hour 30. An hour 30, you guys. Sorry
I'll
about
tell
the
you.
mic.
I'll tell you right away. You're wrong.
You know, what'd you say? An hour 47?
49.
Oh, 49. So what? You're one.
But I
off?
hope I'm
You're
right.
so indecisive about your own life that you couldn't even decide between a minute. That
Bro.
says a lot about you.
No, because you know what? Now I can because now
Just
it'll go up.
just say pill.
No, because you know what? The odds of you getting a pill are extremely rare.
Like an
I
ace.
want to get the exact.
The exact.
I'm gonna go an hour 47 and 38 seconds.
Can I change my answer?
Yeah,
No.
you can.
I'm allowed one change. An hour and 42.50
You guys are
seconds.
all fucking losers.
Okay, we are.
If I'm at 149, I'm literally punching you right in the face, Taylor.
Fuck, 1 hour and 46 minutes and 25
Am I
seconds.
closer?
I don't even know what you
Ye-
guys said.
What'd you say? An hour
I said
47.
an hour
49.
47.
You're
you said-
closer. You're closer.
No, well, I'm over. So you said an hour 42. So you're the closest actually.
Even at an hour 30, you still would have won.
But usually the guest wins.
And you're, bro, you're gonna lose right away.
Bro, in reality, I'm closer than you are. But because of the rules of Price is Right, I lose. But
Yeah.
I'm only 3 minutes off. You're like 16
Yeah.
minutes off.
Exactly.
Technically, whatever you just said about reality, it makes no sense because I just won.
Exactly.
Yeah,
True.
but like those
I
are
don't know,
no.
bro.
You won in Price is Right rules. You didn't win in rules of.
I don't even watch Prices Right.
Well, whatever, man. Anyways,
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in this week to Beyond the Bench, episode 77, double seven.
Double seven.
Double seven, the number for our guest today, Airwalker, Taylor Suarez, sponsored by at Balloon Babe MTL. She gave us these beautiful balloons. If you want to check her out on Instagram,
Really
at
give us balloons,
Yeah,
eh?
at
Holy
Balloon
fuck.
Babe MTL. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like, hit the notifications, hit the subscribe. Oh, Jesus!
And
Christ.
I want to
squeezing your head right now.
Really
I want to
fuck up
say,
my
you
entire
guys like, subscribe, boom, right there.
Yeah,
Beyond
exactly.
the Bench 3. Leo, shout out. I miss you. All the best. And Vince too. I miss you too.
Leo,
Right?
shut the fuck up.
If you're looking on Instagram, at Beyond the Bench 3. Justin, you want to go about the website? Let's go.
I'll be back.
Where are you going?
Oh no, I'll be back on another one.
Oh, okay.
Hit that website plug. Go.
We have a website.
Subscribe.
www.beyondthebench.ca. Okay, not .com, .ca. Very important, .ca. Okay. And that's it, man. We have a guest. You're going to see Taylor on right now.
You
And,
guys
want a
just
picture?
subscribe. It's all that matters. Just subscribe. Just subscribe to the
Yeah.
podcast.
Anyways, we have merch, we have videos, we have beyond the bench, we have behind the scenes shit, all kinds of fucking stuff. Just go look at it and you'll know what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Okay, it's very simple.
And,
You guys, thank you, huh?
yeah, dude. If before we go, Taylor, if you want to plug anything.
Yeah, you guys offering services as a personal trainer, health coach, mental health coach, whatever you need help with, let me know at the Airwalker Instagram.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man. Enjoy your life. And,
Is it like a strange like Airwalker spelling, or it's like a regular?
TheAirWalker.
The Airwalker.
It's not like 2 R's or like
no,
okay.
just regular. The Airwalker. Enjoy and get through this quarantine. Kill it. All right.
Perfect.
Good stuff.
Guys, thank you so much this week. Episode 77, the podcast about everything and absolutely nothing. April 4th, 2021. We'll be back next week. Episodes dropping, I guess, Thursdays at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
I guess.
What are we today? Sunday?
Yeah, we're Sunday. We did it on Friday. I like the Fridays.
Subscribe.
The Fridays are chill.
77 subscribers. We need 77 fucking subscribers. I swear to God, 77.
Thank you.
If we
We'll
get
see
them.
We'll see you next week. Take care.
Doobie!